Hello.
Just
Goblins are now.
poke the record button, and we are good to go.
The goblins are taking over the Maelstrom now as well.
Yep, they have.
There's one trying to hang 10 at the bottom.
Yep.
Whee! Alrighty then. So, Dungeon Master Seph, would you like to tell us a story?
Last week, our intrepid adventurers concluded their business on the Isle of Chelsa, leaving Whisper and the kittens of Ocean's Bounty to meet up with Captain Salt on the Breeze to be taken to Sanctuary. In the meantime, they returned the newly resold Elizabeth to Centreal and received quite a substantial reward for her safe return. But at the same time, Storm had a fortunate encounter with a creature calling itself Aquanox. And everyone went to bed a little worse for wear. We pick up at the Admiralty Inn in Centreal, with everyone just starting to come round.
God damn it, Specky.
So,
to get one out there.
I did.
everyone who was drinking last night, could you please make of me your checks for Constitution, please?
Here we go again.
I'm not even awake and I have to make a Constitution save. Great.
Haha, Squish
Yeah.
is fine.
I'm going to do very well today. With that headache that mirrors my player's migraine.
Second, please.
Okay, Constitution.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Yeah, 26. I'm just going to quickly roll the dice. Give us a little. Oh dear. Squish and Storm, you're pretty much fine. Squish, you've never felt better as you wake up. Jeremiah, you feel a little lightheaded, but you're mostly functional.
To be honest, last night I decided to decide that the floor and I should become very close friends.
Yeah, surprisingly for the amount you drank, you're not feeling too worse for the wear, to be honest.
Yeah, but who's lying on top of?
Probably
Yeah.
not,
Only
considering
Jeremiah.
me and, Sammy dubbed him.
Yeah, Sammy, meanwhile, yeah, you've come very close to throwing up. You're not actually throwing up, but you've got that taste in your mouth that tells you came close.
Somebody make the world stop spinning so fast. I want to get off.
So how did you sleep, Jeremiah? Storm says he gets off him and sits at the end of the bed.
I barely remember anything from last night. I hope I didn't do or say anything untoward.
No. You're quite fine. But it seems like you, as well as the rest of the Maelstrom Islands, has their eye on me. Speaking of which, you remember our conversation with Misfortune about Aquanox, you know?
Yes, I
And you
remember.
offered your translation services? They weren't required. I met him.
Okay, with that, Jeremiah looks around. Windows are still closed, so,
Oh, no. He came to me and he taps his head in there.
are you certain you didn't drink too much as well?
Oh, I'm positive I drank too much, but, remember I had a sensation the night before about this being. I mean, he might have taken advantage of the fact I was drunk to get in there, even easier, but... Yeah. It wasn't the booze, man.
So, what was he talking about? I mean, he's probably not coming to you to make some small talk. That's
No, not
that's
small
probably
talk at
not
all.
his.
Mm-mm. Thinking this might be a conversation for the entire crew to hear.
Right. I take it you helped me into the bed, so thank you for that.
You're welcome, but me falling on top of you was not part of the plan.
Well,
As flattered as I was by your comments last night.
you can see him blush a little. Yeah, we should probably check on the others, whether or not they are worse for wear.
Mm-hmm. You need help getting up?
No, I'm pretty fat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty fine, yeah.
Just in case Storm's gonna help pull Jeremiah up.
That's not necessary.
Yeah. Let's go see how everyone else is faring.
Yeah.
And out we go. Man, they're still in their beds, clearly.
Make it. We should probably check on the. Sorry.
I'll just kind of just do the usual, just sat on the bed. Oh, should I say, you sat on the floor between the two beds, one Anarchy to the other. Anarchy's kind of got like the bubble coming out the nose, sort of snoring.
Good morning, you lot.
Oh, hi.
Well, you two seemed to enjoy yourselves last night.
Pretty sure everyone enjoyed themselves last night. It was pretty crazy. We got the whole barrel out and everything. Had a lovely dance, eh, Squish?
Her ears are like flattened to her head. You can see the tips of them starting to turn bright red.
There's a big grin there, and he just winks. I, for one, had a wonderful evening.
Nervous grumbling as she turns her attention to waking up at midnight.
Could have been worse. I could have been playing some really raunchy tunes.
It was lovely to waltz to.
Yes.
And just then, Sammy comes down the stairs with a sheet over his head.
I'll tell you, can't go past the door with a sheet over your head. I'd say you're right, because they're still upstairs at this point, so you just walk past the door with the sheet over your head.
Good morning. Good morning, Sammy.
I'll only talk once you stop screaming.
Sammy doesn't have the best luck with mornings.
Weird, given that his last name is Morningstar.
Can anyone hear me?
Hi,
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, okay, sorry, I'll let you guys do your thing, but yeah, I've been trying to say something for 20 minutes. Anyway,
Oh shit, sorry man.
it's all good. You guys first. Technology!
Yeah. Terribly sorry about that.
No, Sammy's just slowly, like, dragging his feet downstairs.
I'd give him the healing boop of lesser restoration, but and Storm turns to like the 4-4. I get the feeling we're going to need my spell slots today.
It might be necessary, yeah.
No,
I mean-
I don't possess any healing spells.
Oh boy.
All I can do is knock him out so he can sleep some more. But I don't think you'll
I mean-
like that.
I mean, if we go back on board and meet things and people, he can rest a little bit aboard, and maybe Arg has something to soothe his ails.
Meanwhile, Sammy's down.
Pretty sure there should be something on board.
Alright, so you're all up, Sammy's up. Where's the professor?
Okay, so as I was saying before, and technology hates me. So he went to bed fairly early because the very moment he's able to be fully conscious, he's reset his spells and he is going to cast Sending at 3rd level. And he needs to send a message to the Mistress. And the message is as follows. Mistress, vision about Anzilu. Barovia. Possible location. Castle Ravenloft. Believe it to be Pocket Dimension. And I believe that's 25 words.
Yes, I'd say so.
There you go. And that's it. And a minute or so later, she may respond with 25 words if she wishes.
Thank you, Professor. I shall dispatch agents immediately.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dispatch Morlock agents to bring back his body. Okay. And eventually, he's just, that having been done, he is going to head down and join the rest of the group. Who looks the most damaged in terms of the Night's Revelries?
Sammy did
Oh,
not
you see,
make
I
the
like
table.
Sammy.
He's now lying on the floor in the tavern.
Yeah, you see, I'm not going to be a dick to Sammy because I like Sammy. Okay. Is because just going to very gently, try pat him on the head and, help him with a cloak. Try and see. Unfortunately, I don't have silence prepared. But, it's just going to give him a very, sympathetic pat and, hand him some water. Lots of water.
I misheard silence as sirens, and I had somebody a very terrible idea.
Oh, I got things I can do to the rest of you lot, but nah, why would I do that?
Sammy has already ordered just a giant glass of egg yolks.
Good idea. Plenty of protein. Very wise.
Per Sammy.
Pour it on me, or
barely
me. I
just-
won't know.
Alright, just calm down. So do a handstand now, so you can manage it that way.
What?
Just get on the stool and do a handstand.
Oh, they're literally going to shove your head in there if that's what you want.
Just pour it on me or in me. I won't know the difference.
I think he needs in him.
Roll. Yeah. Sammy, roll me a strength saving throw. Ooh. Yeah, you just have this massive dwarven woman just grab you around the neck with one arm and literally just force these raw eggs down your throat. She washed it down with a little, one single shot and then some water.
I just have a little image that they stood on her foot and his mouth opened like one of those like dustbins with the flappy lids, and then they just put a funnel in there and just put it all down the funnel.
I'm
Well,
starting to
she
feel
should have
bad
used
now.
hot sauce as well.
Yeah, she's bunged everything in there. She's done that many hangover cures for
Oh, great!
patrons.
I now envision that one scene from Back to the Future Part 3.
Yep.
I saved a second level spell slot, but at what cost?
And
It'll
after
take
that,
2-3 hours until he's coming around.
and after that's done, Sammy just crawls up on the stool and just thumps his head down on the table. This wood's nice and cool.
Right, I take it you're going out to get some supplies before you leave?
I believe that's the general plan. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What do you recommend we pick up? I'm not much for the outdoors.
Well, we still have lots
aside
of
from-
rations, so we're good. Unless you want to get a few more potions.
Healing potions might be useful. I don't really do healing. I more break people apart with gravity.
Me and
And we
Sammy
don't have Miss
healers.
Holly. Unfortunately, we don't have Miss Holly anymore, so potions are probably a good idea.
Yes, I can't heal everybody.
Mm-hmm, ditto.
I should also probably buy new trousers. Mitty accidentally shredded these last night. And Squish like turns around, there's like this giant hole down the side of her trousers. It's like,
Oh dear.
he doesn't know how strong his claws are.
Yeah, I've been wearing the same clothes for 15 years, and there's only so much mending spells and prestidigitation and a whole horde of seamstresses can do. And he stretches out, and at that moment the sleeve just rip and come right off. See?
I mean, I could use a new leather apron.
So you best go and see Gilda then. She's down on Warehouse Row.
Sounds like a plan. We do have an obnoxious amount of gold to spend. We might as well go all out.
I do have a question. Again, not to be a stick in the mud or anything, but there is a pressing matter of the Illithids and I believe pirates.
And there's another pressing matter too.
Yes.
No, I meant to get round to telling you all about that. Those of you who are around for the conversation I had with Miss Fortune, or at least the first one, might remember a certain entity being mentioned named Aqueducts that's apparently interested in me.
Aqueducts.
Yeah, he came to me last night and we had a conversation.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Came in the window?
No, he came to me in my dreams. Guess he was trying to do it since yesterday.
I have dreams like that when I eat too much cheese.
But apparently he's been trying to get to me for my entire life. That's 40 years of trying to track me down. And he finally pulled it off.
What exactly does he want from you?
To get straight to the point, he wants my immortal soul.
Right. So you're saying that this entity wants to be your patron, or it's just trying to devour your soul?
Patron, it was an exchange.
Right. And its main selling point is it's taken it, 40, 50 years to find you? That, no disrespect, that doesn't sound like a very reliable entity to bind yourself to.
Well, apparently everyone on my dad's ship, Salt upon the breeze, including Salt himself, belongs to him. So he feels entitled to me, basically, because Dad got me away before he could claim me as a newborn. Because I was away for so long, he has to offer me a deal too, and his offer is pretty simple. Power!
Well,
Yeah.
power by itself is... Well, I mean, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail, but
Mhm.
sometimes a hammer is not the proper tool for what you're trying to
I would
make.
be very, very.
Pardon? I didn't
I
get
would
that.
be very, very careful about who you make deals with.
Oh, believe me, I managed to
Who
put it
signed?
off. I managed to put it off because I wanted to get Dad's perspective on the whole thing, since he put so much effort into keeping me away from this being. But
Very wise.
once I get talking to Dad, he's going to come back and he's going to want an answer then.
No, just remember that what happened with my sister was a result of a pact.
Mm-hmm.
We all know how she turned out.
Mm-hmm. Believe me, I'm very wary about this. I mean, power sounds enticing to everyone, but it often comes at a cost.
There's always free cheese and mouse traps.
Exactly.
And there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese from the mousetraps isn't very tasty. It often
Was
hurts.
It can't
Not
just
if
be
it-
due to a sense of entitlement. He must gain something from putting all this effort into chasing me down.
Well, he would get the last remaining member of the family.
True that. He's all about power. He offers people power, and clearly he gets power from having people. People are the greatest resource, after all.
That's true.
Well, we have two other deities we could ask if he... I mean, one of them might just be around at the same time. You never know where his pub is opening up.
Yep. Yep.
We can always ask him or who was the third?
The thing.
The Moon Raven. Yeah,
Sukiyomi.
the one with. Yeah, right. That one. We could all, if she decides to take her part in this play. I mean, we can always ask her because it feels like a play. That's why I compare it to that. Everyone's.
I'm pretty sure Rowan's going to show his face sooner or later.
Yeah.
He's interested.
It's weird that we can almost count on that.
Yes, it is like we're the center of his attention for now.
Gods must be really bored.
To be honest, if you had all the power in the universe, it would become boring after a week or two as well.
I don't know, I can think of some really good pranks.
Yeah, but when all your pranks have been done, what do you do afterwards?
Squish just kind of
More
blinks at
pranks?
you, not comprehending the fact that he could run out of pranks. That's impossible.
Okay.
Ardeth kind of takes out the second mask she got from when she had her vision on Chalza and just says, well, like I said, I could do with a new outfit. Something a little more appropriate.
Yes. And I'm fairly certain the illithid will still be there after her quick shopping trip, Professor.
Your eyes serve at your pleasure. You lead, I follow. I'm fine as I am. I don't really need anything else.
There is one more thing I'd like to mention in regards to the whole Aquanox situation. Seph, is Anarchy there at the table?
Yeah, but she's kind of half asleep.
Okay, good. If you recall, in Miss Fortune's fortune reading for Anarchy, the Slinker, the Inker, and the Thinker were also mentioned. Aquanox is the Inker, and in her tea leaves was the same symbol as Dad's tattoo and the tattoos of his pirate crew, which is pretty much Aquanox's symbol. I'm a grown man, and I can handle it if, an immeasurable dark force has taken an interest in me, but Storm just, tilts his head to the dozy Anarchy. She's 11. I can't let that happen.
Agreed.
I would say, given her mother, even dark gods are afraid to mess with her.
I hope you're right. Because I'd
Just
hate to
because-
see how the mistress will react if, like, hey, we let your daughter get taken by an unfathomable dark being.
Well,
I'm
not
pretty sure she'll
taken.
kill us all.
If we're
Oh.
lucky.
Oh dear God.
If we're lucky, we die. If we're not lucky, Professor, you wouldn't know anyway. She could make us suffer through eternities, would you?
Oh shit! Yes. Oh no. No. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. The things that woman has access to. I look through her libraries and oh shit! Be afraid.
Yeah.
Be beyond terrified.
There is one thing that is more terrifying than the grandest beast of ever, and that is an enraged mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can attest to that, huh, Squish?
I wouldn't know.
Well, Jeremiah can attest to that. He saw what Squish did to that man after he hurt Midnight.
Yes.
Yep.
Hence why I made that statement.
Oh yeah, Storm
Well,
wasn't there for that.
Nope.
Storm wasn't there for that when she literally tortured a man for hurting her baby.
Yes. It's a monster. It's something way more furious.
Also, not even joking, Dennis. Squish literally locked herself in a room and beat the ever-loving shit out of a man who couldn't fight back.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, he deserved it,
He did blow Midnight up with a fireball, yes.
and he's responsible for what happened to Elizabeth.
Fuck that guy.
I suppose.
That's
Yeah.
that's why Asmodeus got in, and Asmodeus was a little pissed as well, and turned him into a screaming pile of goo.
Mm.
Good. Good. But yes, there's also one more reason why I'm not keen on accepting this offer. A bot actually hops down from Storm's shoulder and like snuggles up in his arm, far more tender than this sassy bird normally is. And Storm just tickles under his chin, gives it a scritch. If I do accept that offer, there's no way me and Storm could go all the me and Bolt go all the way together as a team. It would mingle with the primordial energies that I get as a ranger, and I'm not sure if I'm okay with that. Growing with me, that's fine, but hampering Bolt's growth, I can't jive with that. And yes, buddy, I know that you stick with me no matter what, but I look out for you. You're my son. You're my bird boy. Sorry, yes. Sorry, we have a connection.
Oh, I completely understand. And Krathe just sort of points to where Lillian's on his the end of his staff, just staring right at you and Bolt.
Well, we better not waste any time if we want to get a change of dress.
Mm-hmm.
We better get going so the
Oh my
winds
God,
are
it's getting
lift.
cold.
I believe I filled you in on everything you needed to know, so let's move. You are
Yes,
able to get up, Sammy?
Oh, he's dead.
Starting to feel a little bit, huh?
Oh God, he's undead.
Oh,
And
God damn it. I can't watch a man suffer like this.
Sammy's fine. Sammy's fine.
It's too late. I spent the slot. Restoration by most used spell in this. It's because we're just terrible, terrible drunks.
Hey, she was a dragon until she met you lot. He's corrupt, this poor little goblin.
No, we just showed the kobold the savoir vivre.
You mean the goblin?
Yeah, and,
Yep.
and the goblin as well.
Alright.
Sammy drank before this.
Yeah, but he didn't start out at. Shut up! I just made a mistake.
He didn't party so hearty.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, so I reckon for brevity's sake, we're gonna pick up our new outfits. Do we want to pick up any utilities, any new weapons, any new potions?
Storm
Definitely the
wants silver.
potions.
Yes.
Yes,
Storm
there's
definitely
many.
wants his swords.
Yes,
Question. Is there a magic shop around that sells magical items?
Roll.
Roll
Roll a what, sorry?
History check.
History.
would this just be Squish?
If someone wants to assist.
I mean, Storm's lived here for 15 years.
Yeah, I'll say Squish. You
Oh,
remember?
never mind.
Oh. I was going to say, yeah, Squish, you remember being told that the marketplace would probably have somewhere you could buy magical items?
Should we go and have a look at the magical item shop, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, and
Yeah.
Seph,
Yeah.
before I forget, we need to identify those 4 bags of gems that Storm got as inheritance. So we can get the money.
Again, you'd probably find a decent jeweler there as well.
Okay, good.
So, to the general marketplace.
To the marketplace!
Yep. Work your way down the street. It takes about 10 minutes, but you arrive at the marketplace. As you enter, it's kind of... You remember the marketplace in Ramar and how that was a general melting pot of sights, sounds and smells? This is a little less exuberant. It's a lot more practical, down to earth. There's no food stalls. It's just your basic buying and selling marketplace.
And lot less half-orc girlfriends.
Yeah.
So, Sephi, tell us, what's at the magic stall?
Which one are you going to go to first?
I mean, if I may apply some logic here, I have a lot of potential money that needs to be counted up. If we get that turned into money, then we can get on with the shopping. Because more money means more shopping.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
I just realized something. I had something in the inventory that I thought was a potion, but it's actually an item. Does anybody want this?
That's really good!
Yeah.
I
Who's
will
not
give
gonna
it to
want that?
The cleric.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want another dead cleric on our hands.
Wait, another?
We lost to cleric? Where?
Down the back of the sofa, that was horrifying.
Technically, you lost a cleric to death, but not in the traditional way.
Well, yeah.
True.
So, yeah, I reckon we would give this to...
Yes.
Someone very squishy.
Yeah. Someone who's not squished, though.
I'm just gonna link the page to you in the player chat so you can see what it is. It also looks pretty snazzy. So I'm just gonna show the stream.
Snazzy.
Snazzy.
Stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
You roll a hit die to regain hit points.
Lizzie half arrived in chat.
I have here.
Hello, Lizzie.
Good evening.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm one slip baby.
Don't worry, Anarchy as
We
well.
sympathize.
Yeah, that's commitment to your role.
It's called me taking a nap.
Yep. I say if anyone wants to roll perception to find Jules' stall.
Yeah, please. Storm only got an 11, and that's dumb.
Sure.
Oh wait,
Okay.
Bolt could. I go. Never mind.
So yeah, I'm going to remove that from the Squish's bag of shinies. So that's now yours, Sammy. Basically means if you go unconscious, you get stabilized in your next turn.
That's so good.
And it doubles your hit dice whenever you roll hit dice at a short rest.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
really good.
you're all able to find the jeweler store pretty quickly. As you approach, you can see a rather large dwarf sat there. Basically 4 in endgame.
Nice.
He's just kind of sat there. He's kind of examining. He's got a loop in his eye, just kind of examining something. Right, and how can I help you?
Good morning, my friend. I have a rather lot of gems that need identifying for their monetary value. And so just plops all 4 bags of gems onto the counter.
You just watch as this loop drops out of his eye. He just quickly pulls it back and just goes, right, well, give me a few minutes.
No worries, my friend.
You just watch as he very carefully examines them. Takes about 15 minutes to go through the entire pile and just kind of gathers them all together and goes, alright, I don't usually pay this much in bulk, but, well... How does 2,000 gold sound?
Whoa. Yes, that sounds phenomenal. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, definitely accepting that.
Okay. You watch he reaches under his stall, takes a massive bag of coinage, and hands it over to you.
Thank you very much. Now we really are obnoxiously rich.
We need to invest in a letter of credit to make certain that we don't have to lug around that much coinage.
Unfortunately, we don't have a bag of holding or a little porcelain pig or anything like that.
I mean, Squish's bag seems to be...
What, Professor, how...
How? I'm sorry you cut out there, my friend.
I'm just stunned. As I said a few years back, I was working in Waterdeep as a carpenter on a tavern. They had a pig that looked like it was made out of porcelain.
No, yeah, it's a very popular invention. They're like little, we call them piggy banks. Very popular where I'm from.
That piggy bank was about the size of a regular pig and walking around.
Yes, they're an enchanted item. They're fairly popular where I'm from.
I presume we're walking and talking.
Rudolph is the size of a piggy bank. He is.
It's the size of a...
Most, he is the size of a small cat.
Well, we're gonna stuff him with enough gold to make him the size of a pig. I don't care if it's a pocket dimension. He's gonna be that rich.
I would say, yeah, you're walking around looking for a magical item vendor.
My god, just saying, Captain Barrowborn does provide. So Storm's inheritance was in total 3,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Well, the equivalent of 3,000 gold pieces.
Yep.
Do we find the nice pieces of armor or weapons in these magic stores?
Give me just 1 second.
Why do I have the feeling someone needs to roll a magic store?
As you walk around, you'll find your way over to a human woman kind of stood in front of a rack of items. She goes, afternoon, how can I help you?
Just browsing.
Well, I've got a few flashcards here, so have a look and see what you fancy.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that's a couple of flashcards right there.
What kind of store are we dealing with?
It's basically a store. It's got like racks behind it where these various items are on display.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm good. Let me check as soon as I get out of the bathroom here.
Let's see. Anarchy, I'm curious. Do you deal with leather at all for your clothing, or do you just prefer natural cloth? Basically, the player's asking is, your character can wear leather armor, is that correct?
I believe so. I have just light armor right now.
Mm-hmm. Krathe, like the raven hops down and he's pointing directly to the armor of resistance.
Ooh, let me look at that bad boy.
Oh, apparently it's masterwork armor as well, unless I'm.
Oh yeah,
I'm
got
looking
this,
at different ones.
got this from quite a nice little manufacturer out of Waterdeep.
Hmm.
There's a portable hole.
It says
I
here,
don't.
the armor compels its wearer to defend the exalted kingdom of Ardon. That's intriguing.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea. Would you please elaborate? Woman?
Ardon. You look, she's kind of. My name's Elle.
My apologies.
She kind of strokes her chin. You can tell she's quite young, but yeah, I'm just trying to look it up and.
Workable hole.
Yeah, we can't put that into our bag,
I
however.
cannot find anything on Ardon that's to D&D.
Do I want to be defending Ardon?
It just sounds like it's something you might want to be wary about.
Yes.
You don't want to suddenly be feeling like, oh, I'm going to run off to this kingdom I've never heard of and defend it with my life. I mean,
Are they
unless
not
you're-
people?
I suspect Ardon's one of the old names for what's it? Ardon. I'm just trying to think. You look as she kind of pulls out an old almanac. Oh yeah, it's Savin Holborn. Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently,
Wait.
apparently it's what they used to call the area around the Academia Arcanum.
Oh.
Ah. Yes, I know that very well.
Alright. Question.
Yeah.
So it says protect the kingdom of Ardon. Does that mean I just protect the physical buildings or people? Because I can protect a brick.
I would say, given Ardon no longer exists, you've got more of an urge to protect the area. So yeah, basically, you've got a sudden urge to be a hero and rush there. You know why now.
So just not to poke this too much, but I'm genuinely fascinated by this. Are you saying that this is a situational thing? So if we're just minding our own business, we're busy doing something, say fighting mind flayers, then all of a sudden one of our members they just, oh, I gotta go, bye guys, boom, they just disappear because is it that?
Do I have to be
Don't
close? Does it have to be in sight?
It's more the case if you get that kind of niggly feeling in the back of your head.
I have many of those.
Yeah, it's sort of like Cam to Waterdeep, Dirk Whittingfield, that sort of thing.
It's a strange urge, not necessarily a compulsion.
Yeah, it's not a compulsion as such, more like you can sense something's not right in that place.
Well,
That
be
sounds
honest.
But
like
since it's old and it doesn't really exist anymore,
There's a rat
To be
dying. I must defend it.
3
I
years
must
ago,
spend-
what did you
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. What if I go there and I pick up a brick and I defend that brick with my life?
To be fair, you've got God knows how many wizards, druids, warlocks, and sorcerers stacked on top of that place now, so I wouldn't worry too much about it being in danger.
Yes. How much is it? How much is it?
Let's see, quick check. I suppose I could part of it for 150 gold.
100.
That sounds like a bargain.
Am I allowed to
I've had it on
haggle?
my hands.
Or is haggling frowned upon?
You can give it a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Don't respect A unless you haggle A over the price A.
I set a handful of shiny rocks on the counter alongside my gold.
Hmm.
Could I persuade you with these shiny rocks?
I really have advantage on this one, so roll another one.
They're quite shiny.
Oh yeah, she just goes, I shouldn't, but like I say, I've had this in me stock for a while, so I'll cut it down to 125.
I'll take it!
Okay, you can have it. She kind of just lifts it down off the racks and hands it to you.
Alright, and you said that's 125?
Yep, that's 125 gold. I just need to have a quick check of one of these items, because I really want to find out what it actually does.
It's cursed!
No, this is the other item.
I'm cursed!
That's what's
I mean, you're a tiefling, so.
I'll tell you what, any of you fancying a pet, I've got this onyx dog here.
An onyx dog?
Yeah, it's one of those figurines of wondrous power.
But what is
exactly
its
does
power?
it do?
The player knows.
Oh, like I say, it'll turn into a big mastiff for about 6 hours. Useful for guarding you in your sleep, if you don't mind me saying so.
Anarchy, do you consider yourself a dog person or a cat person?
I consider myself a hunting person. The ducks in the
Oh,
street should
yes.
learn to fear me.
Yeah, we saw. I would recommend it.
I should teach Anarchy to shoot the bow sometime. She'd be great at it.
I can shoot a bow. It is short.
Ah, well, maybe when you're a bit bigger, I can show you how to use a longbow.
Yes.
Yes. No ducks shall evade you.
I prefer to hunt the ducks with my teeth.
It never works. I mean, I'm a cat, I got claws. Rawr.
Tell me about the shield.
Which one? I've got a couple here.
The +3.
This +3 shield, she kind of lifts it down. It's got a large roaring dragon's head on it. It's a golden dragon. I belong to an old warrior from far, far to the north. Named Israel. I think he's got something to do with, the oh god, what's his name? The Duke Rebear's family. But yeah, it's a +3 shield, so it's guaranteed to be a little bit better for your defense. I mean, I wouldn't let you. I won't like go up against the Minotaur's horns with it, but you know.
I'll take it.
Sure, that'll be about call it 50 gold.
Okay, I'm not to metagame or anything. A +3 shield for 50 gold.
You have
Go fight the DM on it.
Okay, yeah.
You
I'm
are
not.
the first customers she has had in a long time.
Ooh, yeah, imagine magic items are way out of most people's range, so gotta keep slashing those prices.
Don't forget that because you got Anarchy with you as well, she got you some discounts.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's like meta knowledge question. Is it because Anarchy is awesome and everyone loves Anarchy, or is it because Anarchy is awesome and tied to the mistress?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
You
Ain't
can
what you
roll
know,
a
it's who you know.
perception. You can roll a perception check if you'd like.
No, I'm. Yeah, sure. Why not? Perception.
Okay.
The fact that there is a black dragon currently leering forward and looking at all
Yeah.
this like candy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, let's have a quick see. Ooh, yeah, you can definitely see on one of the racks behind her is the mask symbol.
There you go.
Ah.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll take it. If someone will deduct 50 gold from...
You didn't have to deduct the 150 from the group stash because Miss Missy gave me a little allowance.
Fun.
Your sugar baby.
Hey, just give me one second, I'm just going to update this.
So, Seph, I have a question regarding shields and the like. Because Storm dual wields, so some DMs are super flexible with this and just have it so that a player can have a charge shield. But I can understand if you're like, no.
I will allow a buckler-sized shield.
It's the +2 shield, the buckler size shield.
Give me just 1 second to check. I would say it's a slightly larger than buckler, but it should be okay for dual wielding.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, I'll add that to my list of interested items.
Okay, I'm just going to add the shield to the information.
Squish is going to express an interest in the cap of water breathing and the portable.
So am I, actually. But if Squish wants it, I will relent.
Storm was also going to show an interest in the portable hole, but I will also allow Squish to have that.
Well, to be fair, if we get the portable hole, it's going to be party resource.
Yes, for everyone, yeah.
Yes.
Squish's bag of shinies will literally just turn into her little hoard.
Cap of water breathing. I'd say that'd set you back about 750 gold.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it is quite a highly valued item in these parts, don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of water out there.
I noticed, funnily enough, yeah. And what about the portable hole?
Portable hole, that's quite a rarity, that one as well. I'd say that's knocking on for 800.
There is also Eyes of the Eagle, though.
Oh, I'm taking an interest in those. Eagles are kind of Storm's thing.
Eye of the Eagle.
They give you advantage on perception.
Yes.
They rely on vision.
Oh, great, so my eyes would be as good as Bolt's. Totally want that.
And you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
Yes,
Yeah.
want it.
Okay. Eyes of... She goes, well, this is actually quite a bit of a rarity. I managed to acquire this when I was on a trip in the Wildlands. I actually got into the Elven City to get this, I'll tell you that. I'm knocking on for about 1,000 gold, I'm afraid.
Storm puts it down immediately. No problem.
Okay, fair enough.
Squish
Yeah, she's kind of...
going to rummage around in her little bag and pull out the Rod of the Pact Keeper. How about I give you 800 for the portable hole, and we trade the cap for this?
And what is this exactly?
I can't remember. Who was it that got it? Who was with me when he got it identified? Ardeth?
Yeah, it would have been Ardeth. The Rod of the Pact Keeper. She kind of watches, she kind of doubles down on her examination. Rod the pack keeper.
While holding this rod, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and saving DC rolls of your warlock spells. And this one is a +1, which makes it an uncommon item.
Uncommon item.
Also, you can regain a spell slot when you use it as an action.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you 300 gold on the cap.
Yeah, I like that. That's better.
Yeah, I'll give you a discount on the cap, but yeah. So it'll be 300 gold for the cap and 800 gold for the. What was the other item?
The portable hole.
Yeah, 800 on portable hole, 300 on the cap in return for that rod.
So that's 1,100. Okay, and Squish is going to put in 200 of her own personal funds for that.
Okay.
Don't put the hole in the bag.
Squish is dumb. Not that dumb.
Oh god, if you got a bag of Alden or whatever, do not put that hole in there.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, that would be bad. That would be literal, yeah, don't cross the streams.
Yeah, you pretty much blow up the entire island.
Possibly even a hole in the fabric of this realm.
Yeah, given those weird ancient elven ruins that are all about the place, I'll be very careful.
I quickly have to look up the Arrow of Mass Destruction again.
So while that's going on, Storm will also take an interest in the +2 shield, because that would be fantastic.
Well, this it's just a little buckler. Used to belong to it was created by a guy named Erignoth. Again, this is how I had to go into the Elven City to get hold of, but yeah, Erignoth's he doesn't charge too much, so got about 300. Bear in mind, this has come from the Elven City, so
Aye, of course. You went a long
Yeah.
way to get it.
trust me, if you're not an elf, you've got 0 to no chance of getting in the city.
Okay, so that was 300, yes, Seph?
Yeah, 300.
Storm will put down the 300.
Okay. I'm just going to very quickly add that to the list.
I've got my way of getting into places.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm not the kind of person who would necessarily have a use for it, but that adamantine armor looks rather impressive.
Oh, adamantine armor, yeah, it's quite a nice little set, this stuff. Apparently can protect you from siren songs. It's quite, well, I would have said it would have been an in-demand item, but heavy armor in this place, not really the best idea.
Yeah.
Samir, I know you've recently just picked up that little locket and everything, but some additional armor to make you even less squishy can't hurt. No, I'm so sorry, Squish. No, I mean less easily hurt.
Oh, okay. How long were you wanting to make that joke?
You've been waiting for this opportunity for eons.
Yep. Since the dawn of time.
Let me check my inventory again here. Okay, so I removed the normal shield, added the +3 shield, which made me a
what does this armor do for me? Exactly.
That gives you resistance to force damage, so I think you'll take half damage from force-based attacks.
Cool.
And
it's
don't
studded
forget,
leather, so
you also have the dagger that the mistress gave you.
Shazbane.
Shazbane.
Well, I mean, Sammy is actually with that +3 shield. His armor class bumped to 21.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Would the heavy armor, because I don't know if there's like, because here's the thing with 5th edition, I don't know that much about armor class. Would the adamantine, is that his cap, or would you basically be able to just...
Just give me a second. I'm just trying to check adamantine.
Actually, Sammy already has adamantine armor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hey, you did that.
Yeah, adamantine just basically negates it being a critical. So
Gotcha. Oh, never mind then. I mean, does the one that he has also have the anti-siren enchantment?
I'm really not sure. I don't believe it does.
Might be it might be an idea to swap one out for the other, as a trade for a discount. But again, this is for you. It's your call. Also, meta question. In regards to barbarians, they don't do heavy armor, do they? They only do
No, they do not.
medium? Is that correct?
All the way up to medium, but that's
Gotcha.
it, yes.
Gotcha. So, Sammy's
and
the
it
only
would-
one who's going to get anything out of this.
And it would negatively affect armor class because of unarmored defense.
Yeah. Okay.
See, the adamantine armor... What does it have on it? Again?
It's basically just any critical against you fails. So basically, if someone attacks you with a natural 20, they won't get additional damage. It'll just be a normal attack.
Okay. And the one I have is just regular.
Yeah.
Yep. Sammy's gonna take off his normal adamantine armor and see if he can trade it for a discount for the other.
Well, I'd normally charge about 600 for this, but since it's basically like for like, I'll do about 200.
Alright.
Good deal.
Like I say, I can sell it on pretty easy, so let's just say, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been here I've been slot for the last few weeks, not really been able to shift it, so all the stuff you're giving me I can shift, but this lot not so much.
Happy to be of value, my dear.
Oh no, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, but yeah, let's just say since our Sharky's been throwing a mard, we haven't exactly been able to get new stock in.
Well, Shark's been a bit calmer, hopefully, from now on.
Oh yeah, I've got a delivery coming from Rimar in a couple of days, so hopefully the Wizards will have sorted something good for me.
Put that in
Oh,
my
I
armor.
suppose as well, while we're here, do you do potions?
Well, it's not really my specialty, but I reckon I've got a couple of potions that are in a better place. Give me a second. Ducks under the counter again, starts rummaging around. Oh, for God's sake. She basically quickly brings up a small box of potions.
Okay. How
Right,
many of
well,
those are health?
I got 2 potions of healing. I can do you them for about 10 gold each. Potion of invisibility will cost you about 40 gold. Potion of acid resistance, about 10 gold. Potion of animal friendship for 5 gold. Elixir of health for call that 5 gold. And a potion of storm giant strength for 100 gold.
If it's okay with the group, Krathe would like to have the potion of invisibility for himself. But everything else, he's,
Why do I have
it's up
the
to you
feeling
guys.
that we're going to buy the entire box?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Jeremiah.
Well, we
Yeah, I
already
should-
have a potion of giant strength.
This is Storm Giant strength, love.
Ah, well. This one is a random one. You have to roll a d4 to see which one it is.
Well, yeah, that's why this is 100 gold, but it's been brewed right by those goblins what live on the actual giant island, to the east. I heard rumours. There's this story, right? But there's supposed to be an actual storm giant on that island. Apparently, is what gives the islands a name. He kind of kicked up this massive storm years ago. That's why it gets the name of Maelstrom Islands. But he's supposed to be out there.
Interesting.
That's what I've heard anyway. I don't know what goblins are like where you're from, because I can kind of sense you're not local. But yeah, goblins from that island tend to weave tall tales. A lot of bards.
Squish turns and looks at her tail. Swishes it. Mine's just kind of short.
It's not quite what I mean in love. Shaggy dog stories. The elder Dr. B on the Bakerloo line.
You need to be a little more straightforward with her.
Basically, they like to tell stories that may not be true.
Oh, okay.
I mean, granted, like I said, they're bards. They're great bards. They'll keep people entertained for hours, but not the best when you try to find out actual historical fact.
Well, at least it's not a halfling who can't play his instrument.
Oh Christ! I could tell you some stories. This one guy in Waterdeep. Oh God.
You've heard him. Okay.
Yeah, I was in Waterdeep about 5 years ago, and apparently someone was threatened to throw down the yawning portal. Some kind of genasi, I think.
Blue?
She was a little bit, yeah.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Oh God, yeah. Still, like I said, it was a few years ago, so hopefully he's been to a Bard's College or somewhere.
Last I heard, he had tried to move to a different location.
Unless Mads killed him.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, you never know what Mads is going to tell.
I don't know. I'm
But
concerned
yeah,
about random cat, but anyway.
Yeah. So yeah,
But
can we take it as read that we picked up the potions?
All of them?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do you the whole lot for 500.
Does the group agree with that?
Yeah, we could literally nearly pay for that in silver and copper pieces.
Actually, just gonna say, just double checking it. Yeah, 300 actually. Yeah, sorry, I kind of miscalculated there.
I was about to say, it's like, hang on, it went up in price.
I was about
300.
to say we could try to lower the price a little bit. But,
yeah, like I said, I kind of miscalculated a little on that. It's just kind of it's just like I say, it's been a while since I've had customers, so it's kind of just a quick check. Now, scratch it 200.
Oh, it's even kinder.
Yeah, what can I say? You're buying up most of my stock here. I'm going to complain if I can keep the place closed for a couple of days until I wait for something new.
Well, in that case, I think we're happy to take this off your hands.
Brilliant. But you're doing me an absolute favour, I'm telling you that much.
You need any help closing up shop?
No. I'll keep training for the rest of the day and just take the next couple of days off.
Alright.
Would you like us the list of what potions we just bought there?
Okay, 1 second.
Krathe pocketed the invisibility potion.
Okay. And that was 200 gold pieces, so I'm going to knock off 2,000 silver pieces. There we go.
Yeah.
Damn, I just lost it.
I think it
There's
was 2
Storm
health
Giant
potions.
Strength, 2 health potions, Animal Friendship,
Acid resistance one.
Acid Resist. Yeah. What was on it? A Health Elixir.
Yes, and the Storm Giant.
Yeah, Storm
Strength.
Giant Strength. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
What type of healing potions was it? Just standard healing?
Standard, yeah.
Okay. While I'm editing the potions, does anybody want to grab a potion for their own personal inventory? With
I'll
the-
grab the potion.
I'm also going to point out.
Yeah?
Just going to point out, under magical items, there is now a list of magical items that you've just bought.
Cool. But yeah, I'd like the potion of animal friendship because I am the
sure.
ranger.
Take
That
it.
is my thing. Whoa! What was that?
What was that?
You're right.
That was Colin crushing down the recycling bin.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was
like-
trying. It sounded like he was trying to drop the DVD rack.
It was my
Drop
freaking
the bomb.
bones. Squish
Drop
its
the
feelings
bomb.
when she finds out Storm's just playing with her.
No!
Quit playing games
Don't
with my
tempt
heart.
fate. Don't tempt fate.
No!
Okay, so we have 11 potions of healing and 3 potions of greater healing in the stash. Who wants them? Who wants ones for their person?
I'll take 2 just potions of healing if you guys are okay with that.
Okay,
I'll take one of the little ones.
a little one for Anarchy. Okay,
Yeah, so I'll take 1 potion of healing as backup.
big one or little one?
Little one.
Okay. Anyone else?
Oh,
How many more potions of healing do we have?
7 potions of healing, 3 potions of
Oh.
greater healing.
I would. How many hit points does greater healing give you?
44 plus 4.
Yeah, I'm going to take 1 greater healing if that's okay, because Squishy Wizard.
Sure.
I'll
Much
just
appreciated.
I'll take a second regular healing potion.
I'm taking a small one because who could catch these hands?
So now we have 6 little ones, 2 big ones. I also have a potion of water breathing, the randomized giant strength, and 2 potions of climbing and a potion of lightning resist. Does anybody want any of those?
Storm's good for climbing. Tabaxi.
I got some good old climbing skills.
I don't think I need to climb.
Okay. And I will add the rest to the thing. I'm going to say Squish is going to wander off and go buy new treasures. She's also going to buy
Great.
Okay.
a collection of pillows and a blanket.
Oh.
I would say you find like the equivalent of a charity shop stall.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you basically managed to buy a load of trinkets and pillows for about 15 gold.
Okay. Totally.
But
not
it's like a
getting any
huge
materials.
bag. It's like a big bag of trinkets, various bits and pieces.
Excellent.
And you practically cleared the stall, so...
Hey, I'm trying to make a bed for a dragon. I need a lot.
Who dropped?
I'll also say that...
A cork dropped.
Oh, yeah. I'll also say that while you've been doing this, Ardeth has been briefly talking with Elle, and she's come away with some supplies.
Okay, someone help my dyslexic butt. Spell elixir.
Yes.
Elixir.
Elixir. Yeah. It's either E-R or I-R,
It's
depending on the spelling.
XIR.
XIR, fair enough.
Thank you.
I thought it was ER too, but spell check was like, no, you freaking idiot.
To be honest, I've seen it spelled both ways.
I know, right? Probably one of those American English
It's the American-
things.
I think it was just poorly translated Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, elixir. I can't spell.
Elixir, play Despacito.
Bad. Play Despacito.
I'm just reminded of the what was it? Siri versus Alexa, and it sort of ends up with like a tryst between the two of them. And Alexa just goes, "Sit on my FaceTime." I can't remember where it's from. My brother showed it to me years ago when Alexa and Siri just came out.
Cork's back.
Hello.
Okay. DerKork, you came back at just the right moment.
Oh, he's here in spirit.
Hmm.
Buddy! Freaking Discord.
I'm glad it's not just me that's been having this issue.
Yeah,
But yeah, Ardeth has bought herself some magical inks, so she could try and copy more of her spells from her old spell book.
yeah, sorry about that. I've fallen quite. Must have been the weather getting to me.
Well, it was a wild night last night, my friend.
Yeah.
You're rich, I intend to have a bit of a wild night tonight, so
Yeah, you earned it.
trust me, I'm very happy about that.
Well, it was our pleasure, I assure you. We'll be putting these to great use.
Don't worry, like I say, if you ever need magic items again, you know where to come to.
Yep, we'll keep you in mind. You'll be our first port of call.
No worries. Like I say, be careful out there.
You too.
Will do.
So, Seph, before I forget to bring it up, so the +2 shield, does that count as one of the free magical items a character can equip?
I would say no.
Okay, then I'm maxed out at free magic items. Whew.
Okay, just need 1 second, please.
Though I do have to attune to the Eyes of the Eagle before I can put them to use.
Yep. I would say for rules, plus weapons, plus equipment doesn't count as magical for the sake of attunement.
Oh, okay.
There are certain items that are attuned, others are not. Which ones was it you were saying?
The
plus items, like +3 sword, +2 shield, etc.
They don't count, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, that's fine. Fantastic.
Oh, I didn't add the cap. I need to add the cap.
It is on the magical items list in the.
I'm adding it on my.
But I know, just let you know, there's a full list there if people who want to.
Yeah,
Add
it was
to
the
whatever.
armor of resistance, the +3 shield, the eyes of the eagle, the cap of water breathing, the portable hole, the +2 shield, and that's it. Yeah, so you didn't pick up the mastiff dog. Just to let you know in case you wanted it.
I'm good, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are. So I'm still using the same handout for the portable hole. I've just moved Squish's personal hoard to the magic pouch. Everything else is now in the portable hole.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm just checking if the longbow of warning is an attunement weapon or not.
So now that we're getting all this settled, Sammy has a shield he'd like to sell.
Okay, let's see.
Well, I can do you a good deal. Let me have a quick look at it.
He hands over his regular sword shield.
Regular shield.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really deal in regular shields, I'm afraid, friend, but reckon if you go talk to Jimble over there, he'll give you about 50 gold for it.
We now have business at the blacksmith. I sell Sammy, so we can do that together.
Yeah, he's kind of it's more for his personal collection, I'd say.
Ah, fair enough then.
Yeah, we don't usually see shields like this on the Maelstrom Islands, so He's a bit of a collector. I
Gotcha.
reckon he'd battle for you for 50. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I am good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna freeze now. I'm invincible.
Yes, you are, my dear. Yes, you are.
Mm.
Yeah.
You cutting out?
Oh, the DM's internet connection, on the other hand, not so invincible.
Yep.
What?
Oh, hello.
Yo.
Yes, hello.
Oh god, don't tell them.
We hear you.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
now we don't.
Dennis, you shouldn't say that.
Oh, for God's sake. Don't tempt fate. Anyway. So yeah. What do you want to do now?
Well, Squish went and got her clothes and
Mhm.
other items.
You've not been to the... Oh no, you did, didn't you, earlier?
Yeah, I just wandered off. For the sake of brevity, I just said I'd go.
Yeah.
Well, for sake of brevity, we'll say that Storm, Squish, and Ardeth spent about 100 gold on their new outfits.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
We
I
looking pretty
did-
fly.
well, I should have gone and spent money on a new outfit as well.
There was a
It does not
montage you
exist.
didn't see,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like the thing where they walk
Did
into
anyone
like
else-
a dressing room and then the music plays and they
I'll
come out.
just
and
say-
all sandwich.
It'll cost about... actually, it wouldn't have been 100 gold, because it's... I'd say it would have cost about 10 gold each, so about 30 gold. So does anyone else want an outfit upgrade, or...
Yeah, though I clearly have forgotten to send the artwork request in time.
Okay. Lizzie, would Anarchy like to change outfits, or...
I think Anarchy's good, just a variation of the same thing, not really different at all.
And
Just now, she's got the armor.
The armor, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have
Okay. So I'd say it's cost about 40 gold in total.
Is that as a group or just like Jeremiah? I've getting mixed up.
Whispers to Squish are still going through Specky.
The...
Something weird going on there.
Nice unusual. Certainly gave Specky her own character sheet.
I mean,
Might be.
can we go?
Yeah, Specky's got her own character sheet, so...
Yeah, but on Squish's character sheet is Specky able to edit it? Let's see.
Yeah, they should be able... Hey, do you mean able to edit Squish's character sheet?
Yeah, that's why I can see her whispers, because Specky is able to edit Squish's sheet so she can see the whispers. So if you make it that Specky can't edit the sheet.
Right. Yeah. Squish, 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 squish. Yeah, I think I said it because it was easier for... I thought it would be easy for you.
Yeah. Oh well, don't worry.
Okay, there we go.
Can we take the money for my outfit out of the party lockbox as well?
I did.
Thank you.
Okay. So is there anything else you'd like to do while you're here?
No, Koth's just in the corner. He's just, scribbling something down on a bit of paper he's ripped out from one of his spell books. That's it.
So, Seph, I have to ask, was the 100 gold for the best threads like money could buy? The top-notch quality?
No, it was a 10 gold for the outfit.
Nah, I'm still keeping it at 100 because Storm would have splashed.
No, these are... Alright, it would have been up to 15 then, because that's fine clothing. Cost of 5
Okay.
gold.
Okay.
You
If
know
the
how
DM insists I save my money.
have a blue version of what?
We'll go on sharing the play. Actually, I'll see what I can... I'm not sure if I can share it direct on Roll20, but I'll just put the new outfits in Dice&Dolts chat.
Seph, this is where you'll find I'm very powerful, and I've already uploaded the tokens to Imager, so I can drop the links. Ooh.
I was
Dang,
going to
that's
upload them.
talent right
I'll just
there.
upload them straight away.
Well,
Weird flex, but okay.
that's just me all over. So that would be
Yeah.
Storm. This would
Oh,
be
that's cool.
Squish. And this would be Ardeth.
Mm. You also notice that everyone notices that Ardeth is now wearing the mask she got from her vision.
Hmm. Going a bit retro.
Well, I felt it would be a little more appropriate to wear.
It suits you.
My sister made it for me.
I hope that doesn't offend you then.
Oh, no, this is my younger sister.
Right, sorry. One of these days I need a flowchart.
Basically, my older sister, Elia, is the evil one. My younger sister was the artist.
Oh. Unfortunately, just me. I'm not really clued up on family dynamics.
She was a little more than an artist. She specialised in growing crystals, like the ones this mask is made from, basically.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah, she kind of indicates that the light blue portions on the mask have got a very thin crystal glaze on them, in addition to the actual crystal ice crystal on the actual forehead.
Again, as ever, it's like Krathe isn't the one that's moving his head, it's the raven that's looking around really intently, but Karth's like, it's very interesting.
Yes, she was quite an artist. It's how we...
All Squish did was get new trousers and brush her hair. That's about it.
World of difference. You look like a completely new goblin.
I think we've wasted enough time doing the shopping episode bit.
Yeah, you all start making your way.
Legit wasn't expecting you to voice act the.
Oh,
the
before I
shopping.
forget, seriously, Storm does want to like silver his short swords. Like, pretty bad, Seph.
Why do you want to silver your short swords? It's not like we're running into vampires soon.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
That is very true.
On that note, yes, you reminded me. I need some navigator's tools. Just in case.
Well, I mean, you can always silver
Okay,
plate your swords.
As you go over to the blacksmith, he just goes, "Alright, what can I do for you?"
Morning, my friend.
Yeah, it's another dwarf, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you exactly?
Storm draws his like short swords out with a bit of a flourish. I don't suppose you could silver these babies for me?
Well, it usually costs about 100, but notice your friend there's got a very interesting shield.
Mm-hmm. That would be you, Sammy.
Yep. Tell you what, in exchange for that shield, I'll do you half price on each one, so about 100 gold.
Sounds all right with you, Sammy?
Shield I just got?
No, your normal one.
Oh, yep. Yep, here, take it.
Okay, yeah, he takes it, he just kind of strokes it a little, puts it away carefully, and then gets to work.
So you have a deal then. Fantastic.
Oh, let's just say I don't usually see many shields of that craft or design, so look good in the collection.
Oh yes, it's fantastic. Beautiful.
And delete that shield.
It takes about an hour or so. So if you want to go get some navigator's tools, there's a little tinker stall just nearby.
Yep.
Is there any anybody selling bows and crossbows, whatnot?
I'm afraid there isn't. Not longbows. But you can probably buy crossbow bolts if that's what you're after from the blacksmith.
Sammy's fine.
Okay.
He was more looking for a better light crossbow.
What do you need a crossbow? What do you want a crossbow for? I mean, I would probably be able to put something together, but it would be a little bit crude, admittedly.
Oh, no.
It's going to cost about 25 gold for the navigator's tools.
25 gold? Easy.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
start
thanks,
now.
man. This goblin just kind of hands you this box with the navigator's tools in, like a tool set. Ah, you 25 gold. Cheers, set.
No worries. There's like a damn fine set.
Goblin craftsmanship, mate. Best
Mm.
in the world. Best in the world.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to putting this to some use.
I hope you enjoy him, my friend. Hope you enjoy him.
And good day to you.
And good day to you. Gonna say, you ain't playing going east any chance, are you?
Funny you should mention that. We are. Why'd you ask?
Well, I would be indebted to you if you could deliver something for me.
Sounds suspicious. Let's do it.
I like the way you fit, my dear. I like the way you think, but it's not really that dangerous. Like I say, sir, I need a letter delivering to Mr. Scratch.
Mr. Scratch, huh?
Scratch.
Scratch. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do we know who that is?
I'm pretty sure when you get to the town, you'll probably see them.
Okay, fair enough. That seems like a simple enough mission. Sure we can do that for you?
Yeah, just be very careful, because, well, let's just say you don't want to annoy the giants.
We've heard giants mentioned earlier today.
Yeah, well, there's some kind of big rumpus going on there. Fire giants tribe. They're kind of causing a bit of trouble out there.
Well, that's for sure to be wary of them.
Yeah, apparently some goblins from the Stone Giants camp. They've got themselves into a big kerfuffle with some kobolds up north.
Oh.
Yeah, they kind of have a thing for delving underground, searching for bits and bobs, and apparently, well, they got the kobolds riled up.
They dug too deep.
I'm sorry, Dad?
I was making a Lord of the Rings reference. Never mind.
Alright.
They go too deep.
Close.
Oh no, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Lizzie was curled up in my arm and she just flexed her claws and dug them into the soft bit of my elbow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ow.
I'm okay. Now she's away over to your pillow. Little shit. There you are.
But yeah, if you could just deliver that envelope to Mr. Scratch, I'd be most indebted to you. He'll reimburse you on delivery, basically.
Okay, no problem. That can be done. We'll keep an eye out for him, and we'll keep away from the giants.
Oh, trust me, it's the only city on that entire island, so you wouldn't have to look very far for it.
I think I know the one you're on about.
Yeah, the orcs there tend to prefer little villages to the proper big settlements.
Ah, yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're nice fellas, but yeah, if you want the comforts, you got to go for the goblins, I'm afraid. But yeah, like I said, I'll be very grateful if you could deliver that.
It will be done. Have a good day, my friend.
Yeah, you too. Okay, you go back and the dwarf's just about finished silvering these short swords.
Oh yeah, Storm can't resist but to do a flash. Ah, damn fine work you've done.
Well, you want good metalwork, you come to a dwarf. What can I say?
True, true. Everyone knows that.
But yeah, like I said, it'll be 100 gold, please.
Alright, and Storm hands that over. No problem.
Okay. You watch the pockets and just starts admiring his new shield.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is the end of my shopping adventure.
Okay.
Oh! Out of character question, does Sammy have, like, diamonds for Revivify?
Have diamonds for what?
For Revivify.
Do you have Revivify at your level?
Yeah.
I don't think
You
so.
don't? It's a it's a 3rd level spell. You should have it at like level 8.
Are we
I
level
might-
7?
So 7, yes, my bad. Hang on, I'm gonna check that. Revivify.
Hang on. Pull up my.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level
Okay.
spell. So I'm pretty sure you get that. Wait, Druid and Ranger? I thought it was oh yeah, there we go. That's a variant class I was looking at. So Cleric. 7th level. Yeah, you're a 4th level caster. So you should have Revivify able to be prepared.
It probably won't be in your prepared lists, but if you go to the thing where it's like you choose what spells you want to
3rd
prepare.
level, so...
Okay, well I haven't.
I see.
I haven't added because I got another 3rd level spell and a 4th level spell when I leveled up. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add that now. We'll say I haven't prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so in that case, I'd like to buy some diamonds so Sammy can do Revivify.
Okay, you go back to that dwarf. He says, "Oh bloody hell! What are you? Oh, sorry. What can I help you for this time, friend?"
I just figured it might be a good idea to get a couple of diamonds on hand for my clerical friend over there. It's a component for some spells. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm familiar with the spell.
Cut out a bit there, Seph.
I'm familiar with the spell. Give me one moment. He kind of ducks down underneath his stall and comes back up holding quite a large diamond.
Ooh.
Because, right, so if you give me a moment, I can cut this in 2 and you get 2 revivifiers out of this.
Fair enough.
So you kind of watch him angle it carefully. He very quickly uses a little tool to just split the diamond. Because diamonds, although they're tough, are not that hard to split.
Mm-hmm.
They are forever though.
Yeah, it goes, right, like I say, is to get you two spells out of this. So that'll be 600 gold, please.
No problem. And Storm hands over the 600 gold
Okay.
and passes the 2 diamonds to Sammy. I think Parable would be happy to know that his money is going towards saving lives.
Yes, quite. You watch him kind of put the cash away very quickly.
All right. Thank you very much, my friend.
Can I insight that? That just sounds funny to me.
Yeah, you can insight it.
Okay, so you gave me 2 diamonds.
Yeah, you can tell he's kind of nervous, but bear in mind he just bought about 5. He bought a lot of gemstones, so he's kind of a bit, I'd say, nervous of having so much valuables on him at the moment.
Yeah, he's not like us. It's be like, oh, we have like 5,000 gold. Oh well.
Yeah, trust me, as someone who has walked down a city street with £10,000 worth of items on my person, you sweat.
Yeah,
You really sweat.
Yeah.
How much is that in American money?
You're talking about
$15,000.
about $15,000.
Gracious. I think the most I've ever carried on me is maybe like $400.
Mm-hmm.
Same, weirdly enough.
To tell you about to tell you the story about the time my father walked out of a bank with 40,000 grand in his toolbox in the 80s.
Oh my god.
So, what are you going to do now?
Not rob
Do you want to kill an illithid?
I wish to kill some illithids.
Yes.
Store
Okay.
will add.
We should get going.
Yes. Hang on a sec. Store will add the rest of his money, 939 gold, to the team funds, and that'll be it.
Okay.
900.
You make your way back to Ark and make your way into his control chamber.
Dang, it is pouring where I'm at. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
You have rain.
I was actually hoping it would rain over here.
Okay.
Rain in Tennessee is a rare but beautiful thing. Trust me.
It's not rare, let me tell you. Right
That's
now.
actually fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Ark is kind of awakened. Just goes, "Yes, Captain. What may I do for you?"
We are off to kill the illithid. Singular. More than one? I don't know.
More than one.
Plural.
I see. And where exactly will this illithid be?
Professor, where are we going?
Oh, we are going. So where are we going, DM?
You were told
The terrible illithid of
you were told that the source of the illithids was Sanctuary.
There is no sanctuary. Sorry, obscure reference.
Yes,
At
there
this
is.
point, Ark has brought up a map of the Maelstrom Islands.
Is that the map that Squish got from the coin?
Probably not.
It's very similar. It's not quite one for one, but it is very similar.
No, I mean, sorry. Sanctuary is the place that she saw through the coin.
Yeah, that's what she saw through the coin.
Squish is going to poke at the map, jumping if she can't reach it. Go here, this place.
Okay. Ark nods and sets course. Bear me 1 second, because I'm certain I had this prepared. But
Are you saying that you were not prepared?
I actually said I brought.
Alright, Illidan
I'm
Camden.
certain I transferred it, but no, apparently I didn't. Look, yeah, I would say Ark. It's going to take about 6 hours to reach the island where Sanctuary is located. Is there anything the party would like to do?
Lean dangerously over the side of the ship, attempting to touch the water.
Bear in mind, Ark has got like a 30-feet plumb line, so...
Okay. Revision to the plan. Tying a rope around my waist and moving perilously over the water.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Who is holding the rope?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just doing it. I didn't tell
I'd
anyone.
say
I
Ardeth's doing it. Ardeth's holding
Yeah.
the rope.
Oh, I'm not doing good this round.
I'm going to have to roll for
Actually-
Ardeth as well, actually.
Actually,
there
if
as
she's
well.
going to do that, before she starts, I think I've got something to help you out. If you give me 1 second.
Ew.
Krathe is going to lean forward, and he's going to put his hand on your shoulder, and he is going to cast Fortune's Favor on you.
Ooh.
Basically, it's you basically have it's a luck point. You can re-roll something.
Okay.
So that
Lovely.
9, if you wanted to re-roll it.
I'll reroll that 9, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See it become a 6.
And yeah, as soon as you touch the water, you can see a fish kind of trying to jump up to nibble at your finger. But as soon as you
I, of
look
course,
up,
tried to spear that fish immediately with my hands.
roll me a dexterity check, please.
Dexterity saving or just dex?
Just dex, yeah.
I'm back. This much fun.
Yeah, you managed to catch this little fish quite easily.
Alright. Is it, like, how big is it?
And I would say it's not huge. It's like the size of I'd say like a large sardine or a mackerel size. So it's not big.
Alright.
You'd probably get it in your
shove
mouth.
that under one arm, and then attempt to catch a bigger one with the smaller one, actually. I'm gonna use the little one as bait.
Yeah, but there's a slight problem with that. Because as you go to put the fish back in the water to catch something bigger, you suddenly notice a ship approaching you.
Oh.
Time to get up, Captain. We have company.
I start hauling myself up, or ungracefully clawing my way back to the top. Of course, the fish is in between my teeth. I'm not abandoning that thing.
Someone help her up by the rope.
Yeah, Ardeth is kind of pulling on the rope.
Mm.
Is everything alright?
Is it on which side is it on? The left or the right?
It's on the side that you were on, but it's to the rear. So I'd say port stern.
Alright. We got a thing on the port of the butt of the ship!
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Nailed it.
Krathe,
recognize the ship?
Roll me a history check.
So, Seph, quick question, because I was away for a moment. Would there have been enough time for Storm to attune to the Eyes of the Eagle?
It takes about half.
I would say yeah, plenty of time.
Okay.
Because you're about 3 hours. You're about 3 hours into your journey.
How do these babies work then?
I'll let Squish have advantage because she's familiar with this ship by now. It is the Predator.
Oh, that sounds good.
What?
Wait, that's the one with the undead guy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Bad or good?
Guess who silvered his swords?
guys, it's the dead goblin.
I'm sorry, what?
The dead goblin.
Rather the undead.
Story short, there's an undead revenant goblin roaming the seas.
Yeah. He has a cool
Right.
skeletons.
And I don't
Is
think
he
he's very happy
friendly?
with us.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did kind of kick his ass last time,
Yes, and we stole his weapons.
and we stole his weapons.
It sucks
And
to
we
be him, I
killed the
guess.
guy he vowed revenge on.
No, we
kill
didn't. He
him.
still lives.
He's in a cell back in Central, but yes, Anarchy, you do have his dagger.
Nice. Is that a bad thing?
Well,
Revenant, I would say it's probably not good.
Okay. How fast do you guys think we could learn sword swallowing? Daggers are smaller than swords, so maybe I could just eat the whole thing.
Anarchy, I
think
don't
that'd be a
think
bad idea.
sword swallowing works like that.
You could put him
You
on
don't
hold.
swallow the entire sword.
Plus,
You only put the
Well,
blade
the
in.
dagger's smaller than a sword. I think I could learn to swallow the whole thing.
I get
No.
the feeling if they're following the dagger, they're happy to just open you up to get the dagger.
Well, they won't know it's in me.
There's a whole lot of talking and not a lot of action.
I should also point out
Agreed.
this guy is like the father figure of my sister.
Odd.
Wait, what?
Can we prepare cannons?
That is
Oh.
exactly what I was thinking. Odd.
You watch as Ark's ballista turns and targets this ship. It lets loose a bolt of energy and it scores. 1 second.
Goes wide.
A direct hit. You managed to cut off one of the masts.
Well, but if it weren't good to fight before, we're fighting now.
Squish is going to look up at Krathe and go, yeah, he raised my sister after she got washed out to sea in a barrel.
But you're okay with us fighting him, yes? No? Conflicted?
He did try to kill us earlier on.
Okay, then we'll kill him. Good. Just so we know.
And I don't know how close they are, but I'm gonna try to yell across the raging sea. Are you gonna kill us?
I mean, I was going to check because Seph, like, Storm's a sailor. He knows that, you know, colours are generally flown.
Oh, yeah, no,
like, blood is sought
I mean, like,
after.
I didn't mean for the cannon to fire. I just said prepare the cannon. I didn't know it was gonna fire.
So, are they flying their colours, Seph? Are they out for blood?
They would be flying their colours if you hadn't shot their mast off.
Yeah.
Prepare the cannon and say shoot the cannon.
Yeah, I detected the threat to.
Wow.
It's
I
not
have a
like he
question.
wasn't trying.
So if he just react.
A question for the DM.
Yes, you have a question.
Is this fine ship of undead foes, is it within 120 feet of us?
It is within 50 feet of you at this point.
50?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
scouting for trying
Okay.
to kill us.
Okay. In that case, would you like us to roll initiative before we do all this? Or do you mind if I do something first?
Seph, buddy.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, you could do something.
Okay. Krathe is, basically the Raven just glares at this ship that's heading towards us. Does a very loud, and yes.
That's a lot more destructive than what I had planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned the undead, so Krathe basically just wipes his hand to the side, and this massive wall of fire erupts. Basically, it's at a point, it's hovering just over the ocean, straight in front of the ship. So it's basically, if it's hammering straight towards us, then
Yeah,
it is going to go straight through that.
It goes straight through, but this is a ship of the dead.
Yeah, fire.
No, it is waterlogged. That is not going to catch fire.
Are
We're
they
talking
going
more
to catch
deep.
fire?
Given they are mostly made of bone and they rolled an 18, I would say no.
Random question.
Yep.
What's the weather like? Is it
I would
calm?
say it's
That doesn't
reasonably-
feel like a random question, my friend.
I would say there's a bit of wind, but it's not. It's calm, but there's enough wind to keep you going.
So it's like a little breeze. Okay then.
Yeah.
Mitty and Squish have been whispering, and this is now between our ships.
You are aware as a ship of the dead is kind of trailing its own fog.
Yeah, but now it can't
And-
see us,
Hmm.
and we
I
can
would
try
just
and
like-
get away.
Yeah, the fog's in front of it instead of trailing behind like the cool little ooh.
Bear in mind, the captain is a revenant.
Doesn't mean he can see through obscured fog.
He can tell exactly where the person he's hunting is.
That's fair.
Did he change targets?
He's
I
got an
want to
additional
know.
target. You just watch as the predator comes alongside you, and lines are thrown onto the deck of the Ark.
Mitty looks so disappointed that this didn't work.
So and again, I'm not, like I say, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but the point of the spell is they take half damage.
They've
on a
taken.
save.
Yeah, I'd say they've taken half damage.
Okay,
I'll let-
okay.
I'll let
yeah,
you have
sorry,
that.
I appreciate
I'll
that
let you
because
have
that's
that.
literally my only 4th level spell slot there, so it would be half of 20.
So I just need to check 1 second. Where are they?
Where are they?
Falcon and the Commisions.
Yeah, we're beyond the point where I could say prepare for boarding.
They're already on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just watch
They're not
as these.
boarding, they're on the ship.
Strangely enough, on both sides.
Yeah, just say for argument's sake, some have kind of scuttled up. Yeah, put them there because I wasn't sure where to put them because I was not expecting you to try to So just give me 1 second while I update the health for them.
Not a problem.
I also want to say the moment Anarchy instantly opened fire, like Storm was like face palming from that moment onwards. It's like, oh, these landlubbers.
I didn't untie myself from the ship. I'm still connected by a rope to the ship. And there's a fish in my mouth.
Yes. Also, never question the captain.
Never. I mean, I didn't mean to fire, but yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have words with Ark at some point. The door was open, so I thought.
Hi, Captain Fulcrum.
1 second. Where is? I know. Give me a second. I need to. You just watch as he kind of lurches forward a little. I've actually got some artwork for him now.
Hooray! Oh, that looks so cool.
Nice.
He just kind of points to Anarchy and he just goes, I want my dagger back.
It's too late. I've already eaten it. I'm obviously holding it.
He's just gonna roll. I was gonna roll. Yeah, he's just got a hostile Gardo thing going on now.
I'm assuming we need to roll initiative.
Yeah, you're gonna need to roll initiative.
I said that to a mouthful of raw fish, by the way.
Yeah, that's what caused him to go all hostile Gardo. I'm just gonna roll 1 initiative for the Skellingtons. So it don't spend all the time.
Oh, just realised there is no bolt on this map.
No, no bolt.
We need the bird boy.
So where I put the bird boy.
You guys seen that
Yeah,
movie,
give me a
Bolt?
second.
Yeah, I enjoy
I
it.
love that movie.
Mitty.
Sadly not.
Where are you, Midnight? Where are you, Midnight? And where are you, Bolt?
Where
You're here somewhere.
Mitty's here already. He rolled a 4.
Oh, Midnight's there, yeah. Where are you, Bolt? Go on.
Have you checked the sky?
Done?
Have
No,
you
I'm just
checked
checking.
upstairs? In the crow's nest, maybe.
No, there he is.
The question now is, do we try and reason with him or just beat him up? Because he almost recognized me last time, and I'm pretty sure Squish can make the leap in logic that if I invoke Yu's name, he might calm down a little bit.
You would need to wait.
Wait for my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. You're on just
Stop.
after me.
First up is Storm.
I need to still roll for bolt. I can't click his token.
1 second.
Bolt is there for looks.
Like he can fight and be fabulous while doing it.
The best combo.
I mean, Storm needed a new outfit. Bolt didn't because he's already perfect. Okay,
There we
now
go.
let's do that.
Are you saying that because he's nude?
Okay, so that was with advantage because of my bow. So Bolt got a 19.
Okay.
Man, Bolt here, dang, I don't know what I was trying to say. I'm just gonna stop the sentence here.
There we go.
I know how make sense good.
Oh, about.
Apparently Jeremiah got
this.
Oh, no, there we go.
Yeah, so about. Okay, Storm, you're up.
Okay, so what's the general vibe here? Like, can I move, or if I move, will I be instantly, like, attacked?
No, you can move if you want
Okay.
to. You might get an attack opportunity for purple if you move, but yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens then.
That'll get you 2 attack opportunity from purple and blue.
Okay, the way it's standing now, it sounds like I'm definitely going to be attacked.
Well, but it's not like there's not other ways to move around.
Oh yeah, I'm a doofus.
Not like you could move like something like.
And I forgot that, I can move like through friendly targets. I keep forgetting that!
We're not walled, my friend.
You're pretty close to a wall, Jeremiah.
Well, to
Ooh.
be fair, like half the party you could step over.
That is true.
Okay, Saul's gonna go ahead here and like, oh, with Bolt with him, of course. Woo.
Okay.
That's going to be like to the captain. There's no need for this to escalate any further, Captain. If we all just calm down a moment, I'm sure this could all be sorted out.
The dagger.
That's what I mean. I mean, I'm sure it can be returned. Can't it, Anarchy?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, poo. Oops. Persuasion. 11?
Okay, 1 second. He needs to roll a wisdom. 19.
Dang it.
Give me my dagger.
Why do you want it so bad? It's mine now.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Storm?
I mean, I could cast Hunter's Mark, but if I do that out loud, it's going to give away that, see this going violent.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Action.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. I will hold my bonus action then if that's allowed.
That's allowed.
Yeah, I'll hold my bonus action to Hunter's Mark the Captain if things turn violent. Yep,
Yep.
that'll be my turn then.
Next up is the captain. He moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He's going to make his first swing with his scimitar. So, Anarchy does 19 hit.
Does 19? Yeah, 19 hits.
Okay. That's 7 slashing damage.
Don't I have
And-
uncanny dodge as a rogue?
You do.
Cool, I'll do that.
Meanwhile, does 24 hit.
Oh,
Why are you even asking?
it's amusing.
Okay. You take 7 piercing damage.
Okay, so things have turned violent. So Hunter's Mark procs.
Yep. He now has Hunter's Mark on him, which I shall mark with Snail.
Oh, diplomacy has failed. We're in for a fight.
Next up, Jeremiah.
How do I do this? -7. I can't do anything.
You click on yourself, and where there's the red, there should be your hit points. You just enter -7, press enter.
Oh,
And it
cool.
should do that automatically.
Got it.
Jeremiah moves next to the captain and says, "You could have just asked, instead of resorting to violence." And then he's going to bring out the Master Axe. Does 21 hit?
Yep, 21 hits.
Whoops, sorry, I have rage turned on. That's not true.
That's 15.
So, yeah, just 15.
Okay. And you have a second hit, so
That will be an unarmed strike, however.
okay. That
Does
hits.
23 hit?
Yep, that hits.
That's 4
For
bludgeoning?
bludgeoning. Okay.
Yes. Trying to beat a little sense into the captain.
Yeah, you just basically cause his jaw to slide to the side. And you just see his blue glowing eyes just glare at you.
Well, you should attack someone of a similar strength.
He just kind of sets his jaw back and glares more. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Next up is Bolt.
Yeah, Bolt just like swoops over and like starts clawing at this guy's doubtlessly loose flesh.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Yep, that hits. Ooh, that's 11.
And he's a magic boy, so overcomes resistance. Haha.
Yep. He kind of just tries to swat at Bolt at that point, but he's not really achieving much apart from getting himself more damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be the end of Bolt's turn.
Okay, next up is Squish.
Okay. Oh, do we want to try and convince him?
That's for Squish to decide.
Yeah. Squish is going to do a little cartwheel over here. Hi. You might not recognize me, but maybe you see the resemblance. I'm you, sister. Perhaps we can talk about this.
I'm just going to roll a quick wisdom saving throw.
Squish puts on her best little smile. She's like,
Then give me my dagger.
Why do you want it? Convince me!
Oh my god.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I am going to hold my action. If he attacks Anarchy again, I'm going to try and I'll just punch him.
Okay, next up it's Skelly Bob's time.
Anarchy, give him the dagger!
And he's going to take a go at Jeremiah. Jeremiah does 6 hit. Jeremiah does 6 hit.
It barely misses by a mile.
Next up is Pink. He's going after the squishy wizard, the not so squishy wizard, I should say. 11, that does not hit. Blue
What was that?
is going to try and get. No, that was to Ardeth. Blue is going to go. Blue and yellow are both going to try and attack the bird. That's it. Ooh!
One of them hits.
Yeah.
And kills overboard.
Manages to catch Bolt and does 5 slashing damage.
Oh.
Well, I'm just going to roll for yellow.
My boy!
So
Yellow kind of drops his cutlass. He just kind of stares down, looks at it, while Blue, somewhat elated, suddenly turns and looks and just goes, "Oh, for God's sake!"
Oh, that's Dave again, eh?
Okay. Next is this guy, Clay. He's going to move forward and take a swing at Bolt as well. 8, does that hit?
No.
Next up, Red is going to. And he's going to take a swing at Storm. 19. Yeah, he just drags his cutlass straight across your chest. 3 slashing. Next, Green is going to move into position. And Green is going to take a slash. 22.
That hits.
But this time he catches you across the arm and does 6 damage.
Okay.
Finally, Red is going to take aim and is going to fire his hand crossbow.
Oh, well,
7.
that one misses.
Yeah, you just watch his bolt ping to the side and just drop over the side of the ship. Next up, it's Sammy.
Okay, give me 1 second here. It doesn't. Alright. Destroy undead.
Okay. You can just give me the information for your turn undead, see what I have to beat for the wisdom save, please. Actually, what is your spell DC?
Spell save is 13.
13, right, I'm just going to roll this on me. I'm just going to roll, let's see, it's 4 skeletons, 8 skeletons, sorry, so...
Am I
Yeah, what
getting
range?
turnover?
Are you?
You are not.
Ah, Yeah, that's weird.
What was-
Yeah, you
Anarchy's
guys handle it.
initiative-
I don't need to do any. No, I would like to do things.
Okay, well, just add yourself to the turn order. Let's see, a 6:15. Okay, like I say, I see what's
9.
Sorry.
Okay, well, what's your spell save?
Spell save DC is 13.
13. Right. Okay. Is it? Lizzie, have you added Anarchy to the turn order, or do you need me to?
No idea how to do that.
You need to right-click on her token and add turn, and then she can add in her initiative, which was 9.
9.
Yeah, you just what? It's icy. Icy. How are you going to do this with your destroy undead?
Holy shit.
Well... How am I gonna do it? Okay, it's gonna be kind of corny, but he's gonna hold his mace up in the air and do the little rich. Actually, you know what? He's gonna lift his mace up in the air and then slam it down on the ground, just like a shockwave.
Yeah, you watch it. Yellow, red, orange blip out of existence.
Oh, well, this is easier to deal with now. Right, Kasami?
Next up, we'll let Anarchy have her turn.
Good idea.
Yay! Inclusion. I'll go for that short sword action right into Mr. McStabby guy
Yep.
who stabbed me.
Okay.
Boink.
16. I'll just check to see that.
It would have been more delicious if you
Yep, that
stabbed
hits.
him with
So-
his own dagger.
That's 5 damage.
Cool.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just like, why do you want it? Tell me, convince me. Because I stole it fair and square.
The
That
genie gave it to me.
Oh, dude, who gave it to you?
The genie.
Who's the genie?
The genie.
In the, the genie in the sword. The one that Holly has.
I am utterly confused.
Next up is Midnight.
Okay. Mitty is going to take off. He's gonna fly
Mhm.
because he's a good boy. And he's going to attempt to grab Blue Boy.
Yep.
So it's 5, 10, 15. So a strength.
Yep. Roll me a strength check, please. And he should counter. Try and counter, so. Yeah, Midnight just grabs onto him. No problem.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's gonna go over here and drop him.
Okay, that works. Blue is taken out of action.
And Mitty's just
Terrific.
going back towards the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Hey,
Mhm.
next up. Okay, Professor.
Okay, so that's kind of taking the wind down my sails a little bit, but no, I think this will work regardless. Krathe basically just like glares at the undead captain, just puts his hand out and just hisses at him. Get off her ship. And he is going to cast Pulse Wave. Basically, the pressure in front of him, just like the air almost thickens, and it's a force push. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right, just give me 1 second.
Not
Just
a
want to
problem.
check on his revenant.
Mm-hmm. He needs to meet
Yeah.
15.
Well, he failed. He got 10. So he's
Well,
going
good.
to...
So he is going to take 21 force damage, and
Yeah.
instead of pulling him towards me, I think I'm going to push him 15 feet away from me, off the
Yeah,
side of the
You
ship.
basically smack him off this pipe here,
Yeah.
and he sort of cartwheels over the side.
So literally the words "get off her ship."
Yeah. I would like anyone who's looking to do me a quick perception check
Looking where?
at the
Technically-
captain.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
I'd wager Storm would be distracted, but Bolt would look, wouldn't he?
Okay.
Mitty would
And
probably
he-
see
15.
that.
Anarchy and Krathe, you notice on what remains of Falcarin's arm is a tattoo of a very familiar symbol.
Which is?
And I
don't know who would know of a symbol that's tattooed onto a pirate's arm.
Well, I used to live on the coast.
I
Is
think
it the one that was on the coin?
No, it's not the one on the coin.
this is the one on Salt's crew.
You don't know, you've not seen it.
I know! Gee, if someone could bring this to Storm's attention!
I mean, Anarchy has seen the eye.
Anarchy, would you like to roll me a history check to see if you remember this symbol?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Please use your little brain, Anarchy.
Yeah, you recognise that this was the same symbol that Salt's crew had.
Hey, that's Salt's symbol!
Oh gee, that's so surprising that the pirates all have the same symbol!
It's also the symbol that was in your prediction.
Yes, it was! Also, bit busy!
Yep, Storm, it's your turn now. You've only got one skelly lad to deal with.
Okay, so Storm just draws his now silvered short swords with a flourish. I imagine they glint a bit in the air now, and he
Yep.
just points at that Skelly Boy. Look, my friends, your captain got blown overboard. Your friends are literally dust on the wind. Do you want to deal with this? You can just walk away.
Roll persuasion. I need to do a wisdom for him. No, he just kind of stares at you with his cutlass.
Hey, to the end then. So slicey time.
Yep, that hits. Yep, roll damage, please. 4 damage.
And again.
Okay.
Holy shit, Storm!
6 damage. Yeah, you've done some pretty significant damage to him, but he's still standing.
I like this.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can we keep them?
Anarchy, I don't think they will swear allegiance to you.
Yeah, they're kind of
enough.
If they don't swear allegiance, then they die.
Well, they already did at a point.
Again.
Yeah, that's the end of Storm's turn. So.
Okay, next up, it's Jeremiah.
He slowly turns to purple. What'll it be? The plank or...
I don't think drowning means anything to this man, woman, to this skeleton.
I'm giving them an axe to walk. I'm giving them a chance to go away. Or they'll get the axe.
Roll intimidation.
Intimidation, totally.
Okay,
At least I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, he just kind of looks to you and just shrugs and just kind of yeets over the side.
Oh fuck no.
See, some of them are intelligent.
No, I can think of as I've
Next
seen in
up
Iron Man 3.
is Bolts.
Well, nope. Since everyone else is trying it, Bolt would like to screech like hellishly at this boy to try and spook him. Oh, yeah, ain't working.
You never know. He might still.
He might be
Might still work. You never know.
He might be the one who's eating
No.
you.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
No, can I try? No, you gotta screech more like this.
Next up is Squish.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, Seph. I thought that was a free action.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's your action.
Oh, dang it.
We called it to the intimidate.
Yeah.
Can that be a bonus action then? Because I still like to attack.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
13. That hits. Roll damage, please. Ooh. Okay.
In future, I will.
Storm just slashes at this skelly lad.
Oh no, that was Bolt. That was Bolt.
Bolt, sorry. Bolt just slashes at this skelly lad. Next up is Squish.
Which one looks worse for wear?
They're both looking pretty bad.
Squish is gonna do a little scurry under the ballista.
Yep.
And she's gonna
Gonna say 1 second attack opportunity.
Yes.
Does 15 hit?
No.
Okay.
And she is gonna go pop.
That hits.
Excellent. She's then gonna go flurry of blows.
I was gonna say your first hit basically destroyed him.
Oh, okay. Which pummel first.
Yeah, you just watched he just explode. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You've still got some movement.
I do, and I still have a second attack. So
Yeah.
Backflip back over here and do the second attack.
How do you want to do this?
Same thing again. Just punch it in the ribcage and dustify it.
Yeah, it just poofs. And that is the end of combat.
What are your orders, Captain?
I go and I look over the side of the boat. Do I see any, like where they fell off? Do I see anything?
Roll me a perception check.
Storm would like to get in on that if you'll allow him.
Yep, you can do so.
And I have advantage now, so haha, that's 22.
Okay. No, you can't really see anything. Bear in mind where you are is very, very deep. But you can kind of see the shit. The Predator just kind of is stalled in the middle of the water. It's not really moving.
I recommend we go full sail and full steam ahead.
Should we go? Should we go put their anchor down so it doesn't get too far away from them?
They're undead. They can handle it.
That's so mean.
Oh yes, almost as mean as you holding onto the man's precious dagger.
I just want to know why.
Well, how would you feel if someone tried to take the dagger the mistress gave you to you?
They wouldn't have hands anymore.
That's kind of how he feels about that dagger.
He wanted to take your hands because you took his dagger.
I think it might be an idea if
He
we
could have just told me it was that special.
And
Gracious.
I think we should probably make our way to Sanctuary.
Yep, double time. Keep an eye on our 6.
Can I tie the dagger to an arrow and shoot it at their boat?
No, that's
You just told me it was that important.
That is impossible according to the natural laws of physics.
How do I get the dagger onto their boat?
You could either to one of the two characters that can fly.
In all seriousness, if Anarchy does look like she wants to give the dagger over, Krathe points to his raven Lilin, and he says, "Well, if you want, I can, have Lilin pop over there and drop it off if you're sure you don't want to keep it."
That would be great. He should have just told me. And in childish scrawl, I'll put a little slip of paper, and I'll write. You should have just told me it was that important, and then tie it to an arrow.
Yeah, out of the Anarchy, that's not really going to solve the problem in general.
What's the problem? He wanted it back.
Yes, but he's still going to be roaming the seas, attacking people.
You're right.
Do you think we should blow a hole in the bottom of the ship?
That sounds like
Oh,
fun.
I
Look at that one.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's not like the ship wouldn't recover.
Yes, we did do quite a lot of damage to it last time, remember?
I don't think we did any damage to it last time.
Captain, I have a question. The ship and everything, the armaments, do they need loading, or can we basically just keep firing until it splinters?
I don't know. Hey, Orc. Do we need to reload, or do they reload automatically, or?
The batteries will allow for a further 20 shots right now.
So,
Great.
Seph,
Shots. By the way, Orc, I said prepare to fire, not fire, so make sure you're listening.
Apologies, I assumed you wished me to fire given the urgency of the situation.
So, Seph, I really have to ask. I'm sure the Anarchy would appreciate this undead captain being like taken off out the seas, but would the pirates at the Cove's Court appreciate that? I mean, I don't know if there's any way Storm would actually know, but could he make a guess?
Roll me a history check.
Thank you.
Squish recalls you was horrified to find out he was a revenant.
Yeah, there's a story that if a pirate's soul is not laid to rest properly, he will continue to haunt the seas. And just blowing up the ship or destroying the body ain't going to be enough.
It's just going to come back and come back and come back.
I mean, I'm thinking about it. Getting into the ship and blowing up their bodies isn't enough, and if he's got the same tattoo as Salt, then Aquanox has claim to the good Captain Falkthorn.
Oh shit.
Is that what awaits us when we die in Aquanox's service? I don't know. Something to keep in mind. There's no way I'd be able to make a roll to figure out if that's the case, is there?
No, you wouldn't.
I didn't think so. So that's open speculation at this point. So I'm not sure if it would help, but if you want to sink the ship, I don't see any real reason why it'd be a problem. The Admiralty would appreciate it, and I can't think that the Cove's Court would have an issue. It's your call, Captain.
It's kind of the Admiralty's fault in the first place, but that's just being, I don't know the word.
Well, if it's just gonna come back, it's gonna be fun to blow up. You guys want to blow it up?
Oh yes. Oh yes, very much.
I like to see what I can do.
Okay, you just watch as the ballista swings into position and lets loose first one shot that... 1 second. This shot just slams into the deck of the Predator. Next shot skims straight across the top of the ship, but yet the next shot after that, that slams straight into the waterline. Do you wish me to continue the barrage, Captain?
No, we might need to save our shots. That was some good shooting there, Tex. Huh.
I must admit that second shot did not exactly connect, but I shall make sure to improve my targeting.
That's all right. We all make mistakes. I miss with my arrows sometimes too. And then people are screaming, "Ah, my arm!" instead of just lying on the ground bleeding from their heart.
Shall I continue on our course?
Captain?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say again. I have like a crap ton of thunder happening over here.
Shall I continue on our course?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
It
I
takes
recommend
another
keep an
3
eye-
hours or so, and
Sorry.
sorry. It takes another 3 hours or so before
Oh wow, are you okay there, Liz?
Yeah, sorry, that was the loudest boom of thunder I've ever heard.
Yeah.
We just heard it second hand.
Woof.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Woo!
hey, you were feeling a bit sleepy before. You're not sleepy now, are you?
Mm.
Oh no, I can sleep through anything. I slept through a raging storm and our neighbors chainsawing their tree down once.
Hey, remember that tornado warning we had about 6 months ago? I slept through that.
Gracious.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Okay.
impressive.
Anyway,
Seph, real quick.
Yeah.
I'd like to roll some hit dice, because I figured enough time for a short rest, surely.
Yeah. It'll count as a short rest.
Right, you first, Bolt, you need it. Hey, that's not right. No, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Different for these bloody boys.
Ba-ba-ba-bow, ba-ba-ba-bow.
One more bolt. Get bolts maxed.
Okay. Okay. After a couple of hours, you reach the location where the map specified, but all you can see is a cliff face.
Can I look really hard at this cliff face and see if there's any
Roll me a perception check.
Yes. Yes, I can.
You notice there's something slightly off about the rock in one particular part of this cliff face.
I spy with my little eye. That rock is dumb and looks different.
I can only hazard a guess when more learned persons in the party would know, but illusion. I'm guessing it's an illusion.
How close are we to the
would
cliff?
I?
How close are we to the cliff?
I'd say about 30 feet away.
Huck a
Would
rock at it.
I mean, it works.
I mean, you saved me an arrow, so thanks, Squish.
Do you want me to roll for that, or just Squish just huck a stone?
You can certainly try.
What do you want, dexterity?
Yep. Yeah, you kind of just fall short by about 10 feet.
That's alright. Alright, I got it.
Twang!
Meanwhile, there's a guy behind it, just mind his own business. Ah!
Yeah, your arrow just vanishes.
Ta-da! An illusion.
Well,
And unfortunately,
Slight problem.
wrong accent there. Sorry. Unfortunately, I only have counterspell, not dispel magic, so can't do much there, I'm afraid.
I mean, we could just sail through it. But there is a matter of what's on the other side.
and exactly where the entrance is, you could just lean the side.
Krathe just snaps his fingers, and Lilin flies straight after where the arrow went.
Yeah, Lily manages to pass through, and as soon as she does, she's in a long tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
big enough to get a ship through.
Mm-hmm.
I would say where the arrow went through was quite close to the side. It's about, like I say, it's about a 30-foot wide or so tunnel.
Right. Krathe sort of like, he looks like he's staring into space, I mean, like he normally does, and he relays all that information. Right, you don't want to follow the arrow directly, you probably want to go so many feet to the left, do this. Basically, he's going to try and navigate using Lilin's position.
Okay. I would like you to roll me an intelligence check, and whoever's manually controlling Arc, I would like you to roll me a dexterity check.
I mean, that I do have proficiency of this sort of thing.
Yeah, well, you can go with that.
May I take the helm, Captain?
Lead on!
Okay, so I roll the tools, yes?
Yep.
It should be What stat would be associated with that?
Dexterity.
Dex.
Ooh, yeah. Calf isn't quite able to articulate quite as well where you got to go.
Yes, to the left. No, the other left. No, oh, the other left.
I know how to helm a ship.
But yeah, you're able to manage to. Come very close to scraping the side, but you're able to get through.
Don't damage Ark!
Sorry.
About 50 feet down the tunnel, you suddenly find yourselves approaching a light. And it's about another 50 feet, and you emerge in what appears to be an underground lake with a city built beside it. You notice a couple of ships moored here and here. A few more dotted around these little docks here and here. And it's generally a lot of hustle and bustle going on.
Can Squish look around and see if she spots her sister ship?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you notice this used ship is moored.
Storm,
Yeah.
try and get up next to that ship.
Look, this one here?
Yeah.
Can do, ma'am.
Okay. Roll me another handling skill, please. Water
Please,
vehicles,
Lord
please.
God, don't fuck up now. I don't want to look bad in front of the pirates.
Yep, you're able to slot it quite handily, and as you do, the goblin just sort of fishing off the back of you ship goes, "Oh, bloody hell!" And he nearly falls in.
Sorry for the disturbance!
What the bloody hell's? Who the bloody hell are you?
Perfect!
Squish
We
is gonna
park-
lean over the side and go, "Hey,
Yeah, which side of the ship are you leaning over?
the side that's closer to the goblin."
That's the starboard bow, so you kind of had to hop up onto the covering at the top of our front of Ark's cabin.
I'd like to note that I'm still tied to the ship.
Yeah,
I mean, this is just bones now, but I'm tied to the ship still. I didn't untie that rope.
yeah. This goblin just he's kind of gripped onto the rail. He's managed to pull himself back up.
I assume we've kind of like moored into the side of the dock and not just randomly pulled up alongside this thing.
Yeah, you're more to the side of the dock. I would also like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Shit.
All of us are just Squish.
Anyone who can see over the side.
Would I from the helm? Presumably?
I would say no.
Okay, they're not me.
Yeah, Anarchy, yeah, everyone, you just look over the side, you can just see this band of pirates all aiming crossbows at you.
Hi! And I wave
From the
enthusiastically.
Or from the dock.
They're on the dock.
Okay.
You can also see from this tower here a ballista being aimed at Ark.
Please don't hurt Ark!
Shout over to the goblin, "Hey, where's you?"
But you're the captain.
Yeah.
I'll go get her. Kind of runs off. A few minutes later, you just kind of shows up. She's kind of half asleep. She goes, "Oh, what the bloody hell's going? Oh my God, Squish! What the bloody hell are you doing here?"
I'm not entirely sure. Guys,
Okay, a few things. Anarchy, you should declare yourself, because you're the captain.
Yes, I am the captain, and I am here to gain your votes!
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that, but oh God. She kind of just leaves over the side and just goes, "Oi, you're not. Don't worry about it. We're friends." Okay.
yes, we're here for a meeting with the Pirate King and Salt on the Breeze.
Oh my god. Yeah, you just see them kind of shuffling away at that point.
There we go.
Oh my.
Sorry, you.
Yeah, well, you could have said you were coming. I mean,
I should have done that.
The one time Squish doesn't use the Courtier's coin to bother you.
yeah, and she just goes, what's the point? How the hell did you get through the illusion?
Well, I looked at it and I went, that rock looks stupid.
Then I shot an arrow at it.
Right,
I
I'm
flew
gonna
through.
have to... Right, you do realise you could have just used the jewel, don't you?
I was about to suggest, but why interrupt the kid's fun?
It did occur.
Right, because the whole point of the coin is to provide the secret way of getting people in.
Oh, I thought everyone just had to see that rock looked really stupid.
The point
No,
is, we're here, and we use our own resourcefulness.
I kind of assumed that only members would know where the secret
Right,
was.
well, yeah, that's how we know how to see where the wall is, so we can go for it.
Oh, you mean the map that's in the coin on behind the jewel? Yeah, we use
Yeah,
that.
you use that jewel as well to look through the wall.
Not to belittle your security or anything, but no, we just went straight through. That might be something you address with your leaders. I mean, it's very nice and all, but a little amateur hour.
Let's just say that usually people don't tend to get that close enough to examine it.
You don't know our captain.
I have eyes like Bolt.
Yeah, well, most people don't know to look. You get what I mean?
Hey, you. I got some bad news.
Really, what's it now?
Not that far out. We ran into Captain Falcon again.
Oh god, I'm going to have to review that with Coogan.
He was like, give me my dagger back. Blah, 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 blah.
Wait, you've got his dagger?
Yes. It is pretty and it is mine, and I will fight you for it if you wish to have it.
Are you... I don't believe it. You've actually hung on to something a revenant claims as its own in life.
I told her to give it back.
We really tried.
I was gonna, but then he was at the bottom of the ocean, and by then it was too late, and I wanted to know why, and he wouldn't tell me, and he kept stabbing me, and I was like,
We're gonna have to deal with this properly. Best take you to see Coogan then.
Also,
You just...
you between you and me, is it just you like kind of leaning over the side of her ship shouting at me now?
Yeah, that other goblin's kind of buggered off at this point.
We got word that there might be something a little bit more sinister around here.
Sinister in the biggest pirate rat hole in the Maelstrom Islands.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with illithids?
yeah, those things.
Illithids? Can't say I'm too familiar, but I'm pretty sure Coogan will be able to fill you in.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there's some here.
Right, well, you definitely got to go and talk to Coogan now.
Yeah. I take it the escort has at least decided to no longer aim at us.
No, they were just here because they thought you were intruders.
Well,
Yeah, you might need to work a little bit on the shrubbery around.
We were invited, we
entrance.
just didn't go in the traditional way.
To be fair, you did have a coin. That's kind of got a low-level enchantment that'll let you see where the entrance is, so...
And still they decided to go in the traditional way. Head first.
Anyway, I'll meet you on the dockside, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
I would suggest
It's a few
not
minutes
carrying
away.
any obvious weapons. Don't want to get them too antsy.
None of my
Yeah.
weapons are obvious.
I'm pretty sure, actually, Seph, this is a pirate port.
Yeah,
They gotta have weapons.
Alright, you know
God, yeah.
what? Yeah.
Everyone is packing. Everyone's
Jeremiah,
so-
these are pirates. They go everywhere expecting a fight.
We're here for
Great.
If you can't defend yourself here, then what's the point? You gotta
Well.
fight your own battles.
All right.
Okay, you make your way
But
up to
we
the
should
dock.
keep at least most of the money aboard, because again, pirates.
Oh yeah, you. This is the one I told you about earlier on. This is Salt on the Breeze's son.
I'm gonna say Yu's currently on the dockside waiting for you all to come out.
We go out.
Well,
Then you can
when I go down
introduce-
here, I tell her that.
So you also he's well, shall we say offspring? I see a resemblance.
I'm Storm Upon the Breeze. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, you.
It's supposed to
Sailors
be you
tell
too.
tales of you.
Stop behind the printer, you dumb.
Well, I hope it's all good.
It's all been very interesting. That much I can tell you for sure. I have plenty to talk to Dad about.
I bet you do. But come on, time to take you to see Coogan. Unfortunately, you're coming a bit of a busy time. I'm afraid that all but two of the courtiers are here because they're on other business. But I'm pretty sure that Coogan will be able to see you.
So, Seph,
Yep.
I have to ask, does you have that familiar tattoo, or is she, like, clean?
She does not. Mind you, you can't really see any tattoos on her.
No.
So I'll just load up the image of her. 1 second. Where are you?
You, where are you? Yoo-hoo.
There we go, Sanctuary. You. Yeah, she's fairly covered up, so you can't really see where her tattoo would be.
She's a beautiful lady, but she's got nothing on her sister.
But yeah, like I say, you'll just have to be a bit careful minding your manners around some of the courtiers.
No worries. Certainly do my best to behave myself.
I'm not going to.
No, she really isn't.
Anarchy.
He's just
I will
smirking.
try, but then I'll think, ooh, that's quite the shiny bird you have there. And then suddenly I have a handful of feathers. I can't control it.
I have to say, if you bested old Falcon, you've got to be pretty handy with a knife yourself. As you approach this wall here, there's a couple of guards just stood there idly. I've just kind of give like half-eyed salutes as you just walks through, and you find yourself in what appears to be a small beach area with a little wooden walkway leading to a very, very extravagant-looking galleon. This is a huge ship. Like it's about 4 times the size of Ark.
Ooh.
Beats arc in girth, but certainly not speed, I can imagine.
Do you think Ark feels cramped on board our ship? Should I get Ark a bigger boat?
No, I'm sure Ark's more than comfortable.
Anarchy Ark is the boat.
I know, but can we download? And what if he's cramped?
What is a download?
It's basically transferring his records into another vessel.
You know,
Quite literally in this case.
maybe this is just me being paranoid, but perhaps we shouldn't talk about our magical ship in a place where people might want it.
I'd
Yeah,
bite their jugular before anyone could touch Ark. I have teeth for biting, and I gnashed them a few times.
Oh, you.
Just for curiosity's sake as well, is there anyone within 60 feet of us that maybe heard that?
I would say no. It's quite a long walkway, so it's take you a good 5 minutes to get from the gate to the actual hull of the ship.
Okay.
I have to admit, kid, I like your style.
Why, thank you. And I do that little, again, that proud kid walk. Also, I'm eyeing anybody that wears a really cool pirate hat very, very jealously.
You
I
don't see
think the
anyone.
kid wanted a tricorn.
Well, we'll see what we can sort out for you.
Yes.
Is there any point being on my best behavior of Anarchy as our captain? Might as well go in, like, got the sword swinging.
That's what
I
Karp's doing. He's embracing the madness.
I gotta win the campaign fair and square.
It's not long before you manage to reach. You get inside the ship. You brought upstairs to the mid-deck, and there are a couple of pirates just kind of sat there waiting. One particularly well-dressed elven pirate kind of goes, Lady Yu, are these your guests? Yeah, they are. They are. You go and tell Coogan that we're here. Oh, certainly, but you're gonna have to. The meeting's just started, so just kind of let you in. You actually kind of discreetly opens the door and announces you. Lady Yu is here, sir. Okay, just let her in. And you are welcomed into what appears to be an extravagant cabin with a rather lovely table set up. There's 7 chairs arranged around the table. You goes and sits in one, and you watch as these captains are gathered, start discussing things. You recognise, of course, sat in one seat, Salt on the Breeze.
There's that.
To his right, you see. So a quick check and see who we've not met. You see a small gnomish woman with bright pink hair, basically chattering animatedly about blowing up an Admiralty frigate. At the opposite side, a rather alluring-looking tiefling is just kind of rolling her eyes. Meanwhile, a large orc yeah, but, like, you know, I say, just boom, like, you know what I mean? Yes, we get what you mean, Rose. At this point, the orc kind of looks up and just goes, "You, are these the guests? Yeah, boss. This is my sister Squish. Squish, you want to come up and do the instructions?"
Yeah. This is my son, Midnight. Gives him a little scritch behind the ear.
Yeah, Midnight just kind of waves his paw up his front leg a little.
This is Professor Krathe.
Hello.
This is Samael.
Hello.
Big Kyle's Jeremiah.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is... well, you would know Storm.
Some of them might. I'm Storm upon the Sea. Son of Salt on the Breeze there. Admiralty investigator. Oh, I'm not here in that capacity. I'm just the son of a pirate.
Kind of guessed from looking at you when you were Salt's kid.
Yes, I have been told the resemblance is uncanny. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Captains. Hi, Dad.
This is Anarchy. Yes, she lives up to her name.
Hello, I too am a captain, and I strike a silly pose.
You just watch this orc smirk. And I am Ardeth Balium.
Oh shit, I forgot all this.
The orc smirks and kind of stands up. He goes, "Well, I suppose I should greet you all to Sanctuary. This is Antira Bellaris, Captain Rose Narabolt. You've already met, of course, you and Salt on the Breeze. I am Captain Gaz Gugan, better known as the Pirate King."
Squish just puts out a hand and holds Anarchy's wrist. It's like, not now, later.
I'm just doing a bunch of dramatic breathing.
Soul just leads it down to Anarchy. Save it for the fight. Save it for the fight.
What fight?
I take it you came here because you have business with the Cove's court.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garth, you think you'd be in a better position to explain what we're doing?
Yes, not a problem. Krathe is going to step forward and, give everybody, a nice known man smile. Well, the long and the short of it is, we're representatives of the mistress, the woman behind the Ventralian Empire and all that jazz. Chalza, and she has informed us that there is a very concerning problem on the island. Namely, you seem to have an infestation of illithids, mind flayers, aberrations from the other plane. Does this ring any bells to you all?
Well, we let some of those Academia Arcanum fellas set up a little research area up on the surface, but I can't believe they'd be stupid enough to bring in a lift on the island.
As someone who spent a lot of time there, rest assured you would be amazed at how stupid they can be. I think they would absolutely do something like that.
You also notice that Kugan is giving the gnome a particularly sour look at this point.
Do I pick up on that?
Roll me an insight check.
Absolutely, it would be my pleasure. Insight. Beepity beepity boop, because I'm a clever person. Boop. There we go.
I
13.
too share the burden of knowledge like you, Dennis.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
can
I consider you
tell.
a brother, my friend.
Yeah, you can tell that Kugan is not impressed with this situation, and Narabolt may be the reason for it.
But yes, if one illithid is around, that's very bad. If there's more, I would strongly advise sending people over there to research and probably exterminate them.
Well, so far those wizards haven't caused any problems, so can't say I'd send an armed group in there, but you're more than welcome to check them out yourself.
I appreciate it. Out of curiosity, do you know the names of any of the people involved?
You'd have to ask Narabolt. She established this little relationship of ours.
Krathe just gives her the widest of friendly smiles, expectantly.
Yeah, some guy getting faster.
Does that ring a bell?
Roll me a history check.
Faster. Would this be advantage or straight roll?
This would be with advantage.
Okay. History. Advantage. 17.
70. Yeah, you know that he was the head of quite a few secret projects you were involved in. Especially the one involving illithids.
Shit. Okay. We should probably go now. I really wasted that time with the Revenant. Is everyone, ready for a fight?
Look, it'd be easier to send a message ahead first.
If there is something untoward going on, and we send a message, we risk losing the element of surprise.
Exactly what she just said.
Professor, are you absolutely certain it has to be dealt with right now?
I recommend.
Okay.
But I'm just one member of the group. If the group decides that we have a long rest, so we refresh our spell slots or something, that's absolutely fine.
That probably would be a good idea, Professor. We should rest first.
He does not look happy. He looks very concerned.
Ardeth just kind of gives him a quick nudge and just whispers something to him. I'm just going to roll stealth.
Okay.
This one. Yeah, she's not too stealthy. She just says,
Uh-huh.
I have a few spells that may be of handy, but I need to get them out of my spellbook first.
Alright.
Well, all right. If we're going to deal with it like later on, that works out fine for me because I have business with Salty there.
And also,
I'll tell you what, son, I'll meet you up at the temple, okay?
Can I hazard a guess that would be Aquanox's temple?
No, it's just one temple in town. You know it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, here, Coog, do you mind if we sort him out with someone to look after him? Oh, yeah, right. Bonesy!
Oh,
You kind of hear a clattering walk. Suddenly, from a little door just to the side, comes this fellow.
I immediately.
Charles looks like his.
Oh, yes, Captain.
Accent.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have this accent.
Damn.
Oh, yes, Captain. What may I do? Give these people a hand looking around. We're going to be sold up at a temple later. Absolutely, Captain. I do enjoy looking after tourists. Come along. He kind of clatters along.
Captain, if I may speak so freely, a former member of this court still is out and about. After all.
Okay, you may continue.
Captain Falcon is still around as a revenant. And he kind of set his sights on our captain due to something sheer quiet.
You just kind of see him rub his temples. You probably best go to the temple. They'll be able to help you out.
Well, isn't that helpful? We're all heading there later anyway.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention, sir.
Yeah, well... Luckily, he won't be able to get inside. We have a forbidden spell operating over the city, so...
Question. How did Bonesy get in?
He basically got washed in.
Also, he is the...
It's not the actual city that's got the forbidden spell on it, it's the tunnel.
Okay.
Now we know.
The more you know.
He became a revenant after he had already been in the city. And now he's just...
If there's anything else I can help you with.
Is there anything else we would like to ask of the Pirate King?
Well, there's one thing Storm would like to perceive, because I see the art has a tattoo. Is it the same as Aquanox's?
Roll me a perception check.
23.
23. No, this is the same symbol on the courtier's coin.
Ah, good to know.
Well, I suppose I best get to show you around, place, eh?
Yes, lead the way, Jonesy Bonesy.
It's just Bonesy, please.
Bonesy it is.
Okay, Bonesy kind of leads you back out onto the boardwalk, and he takes you back out into the city proper.
Did anyone see the large stock image logo on the?
Yes, I know. I had to throw that together very quickly.
So
Never question the DM and his choices.
No question of a DM has to pull something out of his backside at the last second.
Yeah, being a DM is hard.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, being a DM is hard, but it looks so easy.
You're welcome.
So,
You're welcome
where would you
to
like to visit
misconceptions.
first? So, where would you like to visit?
Where would we like to go first? Well, I think the temple is one of our goals.
Oh, absolutely. Follow me, please. You watch this.
Unless
He's very
anyone else has
jovial.
Unless anyone else has a better first stop.
Should we look into possibly hiring
Yep.
some crew?
That's not a bad
I
idea.
would say not, given that Ark is automated.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Ark's like Jarvis. He can basically runs everything himself.
Mhm.
And you don't want a pirate
Plus,
to get on
plus
board
most-
the...
yeah, his technology would basically be beyond their ability.
I mean, you got Storm for when you have to assume manual control, so that's fine. And I picked up Navigator's. I picked up Navigator's tools just in case Ark goes offline, which hopefully won't ever happen.
If it does happen, someone's going to be a hurting.
We're all there with you.
You follow Bones as he steps. That's the you down. He says, by the way, you all look familiar. We met before.
Just one of those faces, I guess.
Squish is gonna roll a history check
Uh,
to see if she recognizes him.
Oh, yes, you recognize this fellow because he was the skeleton that literally legged it and jumped off the back of the predator the first time you met. First time you encountered it.
Oh. Oh no.
Friend of yours?
How close is Bonesy to me? Is he far away? Is he listening to me?
He's listening to you, yes.
How much did you like Captain Falkry?
Oh, I was absolutely loyal to him for years. You know, even after he died, we all sort of, well, became undead. But, well, I'd like to say my contract is transferred, I'm afraid.
Oh, look at that, guys. He used to serve on the Predator. Squish says.
That's where I remember. Oh, yes. I had to say I'm not quite happy about having to walk along the ocean bottom to get to Sanctuary again, but... Oh, well, bygones is bygones, what?
At least it was probably scenic, with all the fish and stuff.
Not quite. It wasn't exactly easy to walk along the bottom of the ocean, but I'm enjoying myself now. I'm enjoying working for the king.
I imagine it was very dark and cold.
Oh, yes, but being undead, I don't have to worry about not being able to see in the dark, so... It swings and roundabouts.
So is the king the one who has your contract now?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's not a contract as such, but he found... Well, I wouldn't say he found me. I sort of washed up.
Was it more a gentleman's agreement?
Yes, very much so. I mean, the king is very much of a gentleman.
Oh yes, I've heard he's always been a man of his word.
Oh, yes, he's ruled Sanctuary for the last 30 years, so
Hmm.
he's done something, right?
It's not easy to keep control over a gaggle of pirates, so hats off to him.
Well, we all try and do our best to, stick to the rules, no fighting, no raiding one another, try not to wear too bright trousers on a Sunday, but...
Very important.
Hmm.
Quick question. How,
Yep.
how, this is it in character. How closely do people tend to adhere to not stealing from other residents here?
Oh, it's absolutely one of our most important rules.
Oh, okay. God.
He kind of pauses and just whispers, they put you in like this little cage and kind of dunk you in the dock area. It's not very nice.
No, I wasn't talking about me. Oh, no.
Could
Yeah,
be
tilts his head a
Squish was
little.
concerned that someone would try to kidnap and sell Midnight.
Oh no, rest assured, this is Sanctuary. It's, we have rules here, we don't... This is just a place everyone can relax and have fun, love a little steam.
The code is the
Insight
law.
check.
Yep, you can roll insight.
Oh,
Calf doesn't believe in fun.
I'm getting on that as well.
It's a fun.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. This is...
Huh.
In Sanctuary, the code is law.
Now the
Amherst.
question is, with that 21, do we count as pirates, or because we're more freelancers?
Because you're basically part of the Coves, you're with a member of the Coves Court, essentially, you're classified as pirates, or at least
Okay.
close enough.
I'll pass the message on. I'll pass that on to the group. Oh, we're actually all that here, believe it or not.
Does that
Oh,
make me
yes,
a
well...
pirate?
Well, yes, I mean, you're the son of Master Salt, and you're the sister of Lady Yu, so of course, I mean, you do have considerable influence here if you would like to use it. Or describe it as such.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yes, I'd rather not abuse it.
Why would you get him in trouble? He's not done anything.
It's
My
not
sister's
long.
name is you.
I'm aware. I was trying to make a joke. I apologize.
It's not
Very
long.
deadpan.
I
Is-
had trouble with it, so yeah, I
It takes about 45 minutes to reach a large archway carved into the wall of the cavern. Inside, you can kind of see like a few priests milling about, a few clerics, and at the back, you can see a large circular tablet,
Okay.
at the base of which is an altar. On the altar are a few large mugs of seawater.
should we be
So-
concerned about that?
So, Bonesy, what are the mugs about?
Oh, that's the old tradition, paying for safe passage.
Oh, right. The thing with the coin.
Yes, every pirate usually comes up every day to drop in a couple of coppers. Mandatory, but most coves tend to enjoy doing it for superstition.
Squish may have, like, free gold.
Ah, yeah, sure. Squish reaches in and grabs out the coins.
And Storm's gonna put one in each mug.
Okay, as you get closer, you can see the tablet in better definition.
Hmm.
Just going to quickly show you this.
Ah, this looks amazing.
Thank you.
Saving the shit out of this.
I would like you could run a history check if you'd like.
I will do. Hang on, sorry.
Is
Lizzie,
that
saving
just for
full
Storm?
art.
Would that just be for Storm, or can we see this?
Have you followed him up to the altar?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize the symbol on the bottom right of the triangle as that of Aquanox.
Give me a second, I've lost the, there we go.
You just paid tribute to the serpent god thing.
Yeah. Well, that's him right there in the bottom right. That would be Aquanox.
Hello, my friends. I talk to the cups as if they're people, or the symbols as if they're people.
And I'm gonna take a guess that the one on the left is Rowan.
That is correct.
And the bottom left would be Rowan, and that would leave the top being Sakomi. I know I mispronounced that horribly. Checking my notes to get it right.
Tsukuyomi, yeah.
Tsukuyomi. And I guess in the middle, that's all of them united.
Yes, that is the symbol of the Watchers of the Waves, yeah.
Mm.
See, the old Inca, he's the one who represents the danger and the power of the sea.
Aye.
Got to respect him at all times. Slinker, he's a cat god. He carries his all stealth and tricksiness and all the good fortune in the party of being a pirate.
Mm.
And the Thinker, well, she runs Tide and Shadows, so that's our speed on the water and our protection from the Admiralty.
I've met two of them.
Yeah, they're kind of sharp every now and then. Can't say the Thinker's ever shown that much, but old Slinker likes to show his face every so often.
Yeah, and he offers damn fine brews.
Oh god, you have no idea. I've been to his place once. It was blinding, mate. Absolutely blinding.
We've been twice.
You're lucky then. I've only ever seen him appear once.
I mean,
I was expecting bullshit for us being one-uppers.
so produces the nectar of the gods. I'd offer you a swig, but I don't know if it'll do anything for you. This is from the Cat Lord himself.
Well, it's up to you, mate. It might get you a bit more favour at the temple, like. This human just kind of accepts it and takes a swig and just goes, "Bah, I like that strong stuff." I can believe you got that from old Slinker.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But yeah, is there anything else I can help you with?
When are the elections?
For the Pirate King, that's every 5 years. But to be fair, nobody really stands against old Coogan. He's kind of he's done a good job. Most people are perfectly fine with him being in charge.
Stiff competition, Anarchy.
Okay, if depending on what year, I have a few years. Then I can get a campaign together.
Yeah, I'd say you got about another 4 years till he's up for re-election. But yeah, more than welcome if you join the Coves.
Sorry, say that again?
You're more than welcome if you join us if you want to shot it.
I still got adventures to do.
I mean, you could put yourself on account and still go on adventures, but that might put you in trouble with the Admiralty.
And maybe the mistress. Until she says it's okay.
Yeah, you might have to consult your mother.
I did tell her that I wanted to become the pirate.
Did you?
Yeah. She's got plans regarding that. She's
She's going to rig the election.
Squish to midnight. You wouldn't join pirates without telling me, would you?
Midnight just shakes his head.
There's a good boy.
You're forgetting the mistress has an entire empire
True.
of vessels.
However,
And I want to do any work. He just thinks it'd be fun to be a pirate king.
I wouldn't put it past the pirate king.
In,
Basically
title.
trying to hold her hostage in some undisclosed location to manipulate her mistress.
let's just say the mistress knows how to find this place.
Really, I think it's more in the mistress's interest if Anarchy becomes pirate key, because then, boom, she has all the pirates.
Yeah, you're forgetting she has plenty of ships of her own.
Yeah, but she can have more. Can always have more. Oh, sorry, that's the Aquanox talking.
I'm just thinking about Mistress as like the most amazing pirate right now. She would destroy all the seas.
This is a discussion for after the game, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, this cleric kind of smells. Goes, so, anything else can I help you with?
Believe you had something you wanted to do, right, Jeremiah?
No, you wanted to go here.
Yes, later when Dad was here. He's not here now. We just left.
Yeah, I think, I just wanted to, I just mentioned that it's one of our goals, and,
Well, is there anything else notable we should see? She's asking this of Bonesy.
I mean, Bonesy did say this is a place where people have fun.
Well, there's quite a few taverns. There's a hole in the wall just down the road there. He kind of points further down the strip you're on.
Wait,
There's the old lug just on the docks in that direction. Kind of points here.
oh, you mean the
Is it a
overturned
place
ship there?
Yes, it's rather interesting how we got like that. But yes, if you want a good fight and a good gamble, then the hole in the wall is your best place. But the old lug's more your listen to a bard, have a few lax drinks place.
What do you say? Make a few coin?
Oh yes, we were interested in a fight in Chalsa, weren't we? But we were pressed for time. Now we're not.
But, to be honest, the professor still looks very, very tense.
Well, look, I mean, at the end of the day, we've decided that we're going to wait here, so we may as well make the most of it. So we're refreshed, relaxed. No disrespect, gentlemen, but no heavy drinking night.
Yeah, we'll give you that one.
But I was told it helps against mind flayers. They can't really work with drinks.
That I can give you my professional word that that's bullshit.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd rather we keep our heads about us until we know where we stand.
Storm just leads into Jeremiah. I had an idea. I could just cast Lesser Restoration before we go to bed.
Let's not push our luck too much.
That's fair. Incantations are tricky when you are inebriated.
So I think I don't know about you.
Drunk though.
I don't know about you, but
Back in the day.
I'm sure you looked splendid while doing it, Squish.
Yes, she looked great as she got kicked around the courtyard by the monks in training.
Oh, fuck! You mean, no, you gave it as good as you got. You gave it better! I know this.
Yeah, they didn't like it when I did, though.
Oh, boy. As you're speaking, Salt arrives. The court have basically concluded their business, and he's basically made it here as quickly as he can.
Hey, Dad. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well, lad. Yeah, I reckon I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
He kind of looks to the group, and he just says, "We'll meet you at the hole in the wall in a little while. We have something we need to talk about."
I'll see you later, guys. It'll be fine.
all right.
I'll see you in a little while, Storm.
All right.
Do you want us to take Bolt, or do you want to keep him with you?
Well, he's my bird boy, so he'll stick with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make
come on,
sure
guys.
no revenants come your way.
Well, I still with my short swords, and people thought it was silly. told you, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Right.
I'll be fine, don't you worry.
Well, we'll see you in a bit then.
Out of character, it's really sweet how concerned you all are.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Bonesy, let's go somewhere for some tasty food then.
Oh, of course, it's absolutely super for food at the hole in the world. Absolutely delicious. You ever do this capybara meat?
No!
No, capybara.
No, boy, no.
Fed on shrooms. No hallucinogen. No drink capybara.
And as you're walking away, Salt just looks at Star and goes, "They're an odd bunch, aren't they?"
Oh, they definitely are. But their hearts are in the right place.
I suppose that's true.
They care an awful lot about me. They've only known me for, gosh, not even a 10-day yet. And I've grown rather fond of them in that time, too. Especially the
I
little
can
goblin
see. You're old man in that way, son. Now it's time we had a proper talk.
Aye, it's been long overdue.
Look, I'm guessing you're familiar with this. He kind of motions to his arm, and you can see Equinox's symbol.
I have become very familiar with it within the past couple of days. He made a visitation to me last night.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, I managed to put it off.
Oh, thank God for that.
Unfortunately, I
No.
think the moment we're done with our conversation, he's going to come again later tonight and expect an answer.
Look, son, I'm sorry. I was just a lad when I made my deal with Equinox. He promised me he'd make me he'd make me good enough to get in a Cove's court, and well, here I am. Granted, I had to put a lot of work in myself, but he helped. Let's just say warlock powers are pretty handy if you want to become a pirate.
I can't deny the offer is tempting. Who doesn't want a bit of power, especially over the waves?
Yeah.
Kinda surrounded by them.
That is true, but no. Everyone on my ship is they're bound to him as well.
He made it quite clear that he intended to collect me too, as a newborn. Crikey.
Yeah, your mum was exempt because she married into the crew, but
But being born into it is
it's kind of. I promised your mum I'd make sure you were safe. I mean, toddling around the Maelstrom Islands on a pirate ship is not really life for an Emperor now, is it?
No. It would have been a hard life indeed.
And Barrelborn, I reckon he gave you a good upbringing, so you can't really fault me on not making sure you weren't looked after.
Dad, I can't fault you at all. I spent my whole life wondering if I did something wrong, if you hated me, if I took Mum away from you. But
God, now you look, your mum meant the world to me. I came this close to retiring, and if it hadn't been for Equinox, I would have. But you know how it goes.
That's out of the cards now.
Yeah, I'm kind of in too deep, if you pardon the parlance. But now, your mum and I, we decided the safest thing we could do was get you somewhere safe. Ocean's Bounty seemed like the best place. And Barrelborn, well, kind of a pity that he ended up the way he did, but can't really blame him. He kind of pokes the badge at that point. That badge, he lived by it.
Lived and died by it, and he wouldn't have had it any other way.
Exactly. I wish I could have given him it's not often I say I could have given someone a burial at sea, but he was one of the people who deserved one.
Well, I'm sure he'd be flattered by the offer, but he would have been more content to just be buried at home.
Oh yeah, I mean those kids gave him a good send-off.
They really did. They gave it their all. And they put up with so much.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad, you know. That Whisper girl, she's got a bit of a job down at the docks. Just, you know, inspection, that sort of thing, making sure everything's above board.
I can buy that. She's got a sharp eye.
Oh yeah, and that Iron Lad, he's doing well as well. Mainly working on the... He kind of points to the ballista turret on top of the tower. He's got a good eye, that kid.
Yep. Real sharpshooter.
Yeah, we sorted him out with a little home down the other side of the docks.
I'm glad they're doing well. I mean, Barrowborn told me not to worry. Rowan told me not to worry, but I couldn't help but worry a little.
Nah, we look after our own, you know that.
Good. That means a lot to me.
Like I say, don't lose sleep over him, because, like I say, everyone in Sanctuary looks after each other.
It's a good place. Good people. Pirates, the whole lot of you.
But we wouldn't have it any other way, my boy. Wouldn't have it any other way.
But
yeah,
I just want to make it clear. I don't blame you for what you did. I forgive you for what you did. You not only saved my life, but you saved my soul, and that's... I mean, who could ask for a better father than that?
Hell, I know Equinox is sizing you up now and he's made you an offer, and it's up to you if you take it or not, but he won't push it.
So I can't say no.
Oh yeah, you can say no. There's no... Until you make the contract, they can't touch you. Any of the three.
Okay, I got you. They stick to their words.
Yeah, not that the Slinker will... well, I have a feeling he's got his eye on you for a very particular reason.
We need to talk to him about that, if he dares make himself... Well, deigns to make himself known.
He tends to pop up when it feels like it, to be honest with you.
But just in case, a store whips out the piece of paper with Rowan's location on it.
It is registering somewhere in Eberron at this point.
No, he's nowhere near here. Someplace called Eberron.
Yeah, I've no idea where that is, but sure he's doing his usual, keeping people entertained. Seriously though, son, just be careful mucking about with gods, even these three.
Believe me, I've met... Crikey, I've lost count now. More than 7 since I went with that crew.
Well, they're good. They're a good crew, son. They're a good crew. They're keeping you out of trouble, so can't fault them. I'm done with all this soppy talks. Can't let's get a drink.
True. Let's go. Let's get wasted.
Incidentally, what is going on with you and that goblin?
Oh, it's that obvious, huh?
My boy, I can tell when a girl is interested. She's interested.
I don't think she quite comprehends it yet, but yeah, I'm quite partial to her myself.
She'll come round eventually. Just
yeah,
give
I'm
it time.
working on it. Want to
After
slowly ease
you
her.
After all, you got my looks, so...
Yeah, about that, do you get hit on by literally everything as well?
Oh, God, yeah. There was this beholder in Chalsa.
Oh, is that Mr. Repente?
Oh, God, yes. Oh. Mind you, he hits on every good-looking fella, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Runs in the family.
Most certainly it does, my boy. You take about 5 minutes to walk the short street length to the hole in the wall. Now, before anyone says I'm going to be using the same tavern interior.
Wow, this
Man.
tavern looks completely different from every other one we've been in before.
Well, you know, architects, they tend to sell the same design over and over and over again.
No, that's exactly not the case here. It's entirely different.
Yes.
Very nautical themed.
Yes, especially the skylight.
Don't question the powers of darkness.
Well, I was going to get a little bit of a fight on.
And we are going to leave it there for this evening.
Oh,
Or rather this night, yes.
Yeah. So, play of the game.
Anarchy of, or rather, Ark deciding, yeah, fuck it, let's shoot them.
Yeah.
Okay, fail of the game.
Rash decisions.
Fail of the game.
well,
Captain
she won't probably consider it a failure, but Anna can be but why do you want it?
He wouldn't explain. If he just told me, I would have given it back. But no, he had to be all cryptic and weird. I just wanted to hear a story.
Well, you did. He explained how he got the dagger.
He said she gave it to me and something about a genie. And I went,
He
yup.
gave it to me.
I was going to say, Sammy.
Why would Sammy get failed of the game?
Not one on the con save.
Ah, yes,
Oh,
Sammy,
yeah,
terrible.
Hangover.
Sammy keeps failing those.
Hmm.
Fails them epically.
Any thoughts, theories, ideas?
I've got a few ideas.
I'm going to be the Pirate King.
Yes.
Okay. And
not to bring it up, but none of the characters know this, but the DM did mention that Krathe seems to have very intimate knowledge of the people who are apparently researching illithids.
I have a feeling he knows somewhat what's going on over there, and he seems
Probably
a
why
little
he's so eager to deal with it.
about it.
Saying, ooh, I want to go clean up my mess.
The weaponization,
Everybody look away! Quickly scrounges to clean up mess.
Maybe.
a book on the weaponization of illithids.
okay.
He does have a very special book on his person.
The oppression and torture of illithids. Chapter 1. Licks finger, turns page.
So, going down the list, it's a good night from Cork.
Good night. Keep your hands washed, your nose clean, your masks up, and always at least 2 inches of water beneath the keel of your ship.
A good night from the Professor.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
A
Breaking up, Seph.
Do not catch
A
the word.
good night from Sammy.
Good night, everyone. Same thing as Cork there.
Okay. A good night from Jurnis.
Hey, Ardeth, there seems to be a large fire behind you. This is fine.
Appropriate. It's fine.
Good night, everybody.
A good night from Anarchy.
Good night, and again, don't wash your hands, and you won't have them anymore.
And
That's
a
my
good
girl.
A good night from our kitty boy.
Good night, everybody. It's a tragic shame I have to wait one more week before I can get wasted with Dad. But wait,
We're about to have a caterwauling episode, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
all the time.
And it's a good night from me. Good night.
Good night!
Bye, Dad.
Night night.
Bye.
So,